Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Mariguard Mercenaries. Before we get any farther, we must give our player an opportunity for a point of inspiration for a recap as to what happened last time. Emily has volunteered, and so we go to Emily's recap.
Hello, Emily's recap, session 17. At the very end of the session before this, Scythe took a medallion from a body that had an 8-pointed star with chains on it. Um, and the dead bodies all rose up, and we had initiative about it. And the water got really murky, so we could only see 30 feet in front of us. Scythe and Captain Dane squared off. Dane was the captain of the other vessel that sank, so not the one that we were seeking. And said, "You were not meant to take it. We were to see the city. It wasn't for us. It was never for us." Like, these are over various rounds of combat. And then talked kind of about how their crew had been like chosen. So that was creepy. The drowned ones that were also attacking, that weren't the captain, were doing psychic and necrotic damage, and like had like spread out a lot to like menace a lot of us at once. And if we didn't succeed wisdom saves, we had these little like flashes of memory about who the sailors used to be, and then got like psychic and necrotic damage and got frightened and stuff. Aaron got stuck into the mud, but Misty stepped away and like saw that there was like golden light underneath, which is kind of consistent with like the golden light that we were hearing about, kind of like flashing under the water. He went to help Renata and was concerned, but aloofly, so no one could see it. Um, Scythe let the medallion go, and when she did that and it like hit the ground, there was this like terrifying bell sound that seemed to like alert something. So that wasn't great. I mean, it was like a good idea from Scythe, but it did not work. Renata got menaced a lot and was like almost surrounded. She channeled divinity to heal us, and then cast a really clutch aura of life spell that made us resistant to necrotic damage. Guy was really cleverly discovered that they were vulnerable to radiant damage with the Starry Whisk cantrip, and gave Bardic to Arya, who was frightened, to help her break the fright. Arya attacked and then disengaged and could like run around and be a little bit more mobile on the field, and got closer. And it was interesting because Arya and Guy are like never really far from each other, but even in the fight, that was true. So that was interesting. Captain Dane literally spent an entire action trying to like get a hold of the amulet, but was ghostly and like couldn't. I guess it was because he was ghostly, but he like couldn't pick it up, and he kept saying like it wasn't meant for us. He did manage to frighten Scythe though. Aaron saw a neat memory of one of the pirates like firing a pistol, but instead it was a chill touch, which was cool. And then focused fire to help out Scythe. Focused fired on the captain, and then all the drowned ones like flickered, which was like, oh, okay, we should maybe be focusing the captain. Which Spring said, but she had gone to help Renata and was like currently surrounded. And she was like, I can't do that as easily, so I'm gonna do the ones here. And she did manage to knock out one of the drowned ones that like immediately reconstituted itself. So like focus fire on the captain. That was the plan. Renata said that she was really sorry for what had happened to the captain, and then absolutely nuked him with a guiding bolt that he was vulnerable to. And before he kind of disintegrated, we got this memory of saying, "It was never for any of us, but it is the key." Spring investigated the medallion and noted that it was celestial and not arcane, but it looked like it was part of whole. She said it was like a gear. Like it was sort of like it was confirmed that it was in fact the key to something, but historically, as far as we could tell, it wasn't like religious or part of any pantheon. It was like really, really old. Um, all the drowned bodies kind of like disappeared, but it did seem like they had been here for much longer than the couple of weeks that we thought that they were here. So that was interesting, and I don't know whether that was because they were like all originally Captain Dane's crew maybe, and not Voss's. Unclear.
Dane Voss is the same guy, isn't he?
I thought they were different guys. Maybe they were
Dane
not.
Voss is his full name.
Oh, it's the same.
And
Okay,
so that captain was the
my bad.
captain of the ship we were
So
looking
that
for.
captain was the captain of the ship from before.
We don't
Okay.
know the other ship.
Preesh. That's my bad.
No worries.
Okay. So Aaron then mentions the light that he saw and touched the medallion to where the lights were coming out, and a wave of like concussive force sprayed out, and then we all heard this voice saying he wants it back. Spring saw a little vision, like had the medallion, and was kind of like going around the ship to see if it like fit into anything, and during that time had a vision of the medallion, of like herself as the captain, as Voss, like holding the medallion tight to the table, and saying, the city is real, the lights are calling, and we're the first to see it. And then another sailor kind of saying, please, captain, it's not worth it, throw it overboard. So we got this idea that like this is a thing that drives you mad and makes you obsessed, and then the lights have something to do with it and are calling. Arya thinks that Voss had the amulet. I made a mistake about the different captains. Aaron then kind of suggests, we were kind of at a loss about what to do, and Aaron suggests, like, well, I could ask my patron. She's awful, and I don't want to know her more, but we're gonna do it. And so he did that, and she was like, wow, that's fun and very old, and then like kind of put him on hold a little bit, and said, I imagine that the person that had this was very unwell, and was like, oh, you went after Captain Dane, maybe you should look for a record of or a logbook or something, which was a very good avenue, but it seemed like now he is deeper in his patron's debt, which sucks for Aaron. Arya also looked at the ship and just had the like coolest rogue moment where she just took a gold coin that she thought was a regular gold coin. Renata saw her put something in her pocket but didn't mention it, and then also found a logbook and a compass. And the logbook basically said, as promised, we followed your guidance. We will find the ruins. We'll find the city. And if I don't return, I give myself freely to the tide, which is scary. There was also a map of Kylos Bay that had all these markings that kind of seemed like they were looking for something in particular. And there was a location mark that said the first key with a check on it. So it seems like there's multiple, whatever these things are that they're trying to connect, there's more than one of them to open whatever the place is that they're opening. There was also a journal that was very delicate and damaged that Guy managed to open without destroying it, and the journal said, the ruins are unguarded, the diving bell broke, but we found the first abyssal seal. The artifact hums at nights, I swear I can hear it breathing, but we are being guided, and I dream of golden lights beneath the waves. The city is calling for us, and the crew is uneasy, and you say that they hear voices, but we must hold fast, and we're getting close, and by this time next dawn, we will be immortal, which is creepy. But it does give us the clue that this key thing that we found, medallion, is probably an abyssal seal, which is scary. The compass is broken, but Guy fixes it with mending, and there's also a light blue piece of a flag with a half golden crown on it, which is maybe a merchant or Armada flag, but none of us can identify it. Maybe it's ancient, we don't know. We have a conversation about what to do. Renata and Scythe want to learn more about the abyssal seals, and Spring is like, whoa, 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 whoa. We are mercenaries. We're gonna like go collect our paycheck, and like it's out of our hands. And Renata was like, I do not want to release anything from the abyss. I would like to set a boundary about that. And Aaron's patron was also like, yeah, agree. Let's not let anything out of the abyss. Scythe also worried about giving the medallion over might make the client mad, and Aaron doesn't want to harm to others. And Spring was like, all right, well, let's just go back up and like report to Persh and see what he says to do next. We get back up through the diving bell, and the ocean is super still, no current, no wind, very strange. Naga is like, hey, the water stopped, and kind of accused us of waking something up down there. And before Spring can write anything to Persh, Arya takes the thing that she thinks is a coin, but is actually a holy symbol of Valerian. She takes it out of her pocket, and 3 golden ships burst into light. And Arya's like, I have a confession, and tells about the stolen coin. And Albi the lookout, the Kenku lookout, says that the king's wake has come. And Scythe identifies the golden coin as a holy symbol of Varian, the pirate god of seas, freedom, and chaos. The celestial that comes from the other ship says that the seal isn't ours, and if we give it back, he'll leave us alone and leave the waters unbroken. But we have to decide, like right now, whether to give the seal back or fight. Renata reaches out to Calciox, who says that Varian doesn't know what he's after, but he's simple-minded in his goals, and I can respect those goals, but like not their consequences. And that like kind of leads Renata to the idea of like, okay, there's going to be consequences for the world, and we shouldn't hand this over. Spring messages Arya to be like, I don't think we're gonna get paid more if we fight this out, and Arya's like, yeah, but I think it's reckless to hand it over. Aaron negotiates with the Nat 20 for Spring to be able to like write the response and like maybe hear back from Persh, but I called evens on it and the note does not arrive before combat. So Spring sent a message to Perth saying,
Come on.
Relic is wanted, Celestials of Varian bearing down, need answer now. Should we keep it or not? The transcription paper vanishes, and then Renata recognizes the guy as a herald and like not like an avatar, not a god. And we get into combat, and but when this guy's patience runs out, and he says, "Well, I'll take it from your bodies." And Aaron starts off combat with a very clutch like fireball that like genuinely does like hurt a bunch of people, hurt a bunch of everybody at once, but also they are resistant to fire, so it doesn't do as much damage as possible. And Spring spends the entire rest of the fight being mad that he set the ship on fire and muttering about warlocks setting stuff
I
on
think she
fire.
was upset that whole fight for a lot of reasons.
She was upset that whole fight for a lot of reasons. Scythe goes toe to toe with a herald. Aaron squares off with another celestial. Arya like almost crit. I think twice, at least twice. But unfortunately, the thing had adamantine armor, so it wasn't as effective. Spring wasn't super effective in the fight because she wouldn't get up close, which is rare for Spring, but it was because she had the medallion. She wanted to kind of like avoid suspicion. Aaron had a really clutch counterspell at the beginning, counterspelling the Spirit Guardians, and the Spirit Guardians were like the big problem throughout the fight. Renata had a great inflict wounds and mass healing word moment, and her channel divinities were really useful. Aaron was able to break concentration on the Spirit Guardians like a sniper, and Arya did a shit ton of damage. And then also had this like spooky Whales from the Grave thing. Spring did web one of the dudes, and it didn't really help, and was mostly grumpy about the fire. The captain cast Spirit Guardians. Spring flash of genius to help out Guy one of the times, and Guy was sort of like never far from Arya in the fight and giving out Bardic. And every time Aaron went down a couple of times and then had his body searched. Renata did some channel divinity to get Aaron back up and eventually got Guy back up. Guy disposes of one of the Spirit Guardians is the first person to kind of dispose of one of these things, like finish off, and it just like collapsed into glitter. But then he was like really up in the fight a lot and went down. He was like down at the end of the fight and had to get not resurrected, but sort of like kind of get some hit points back into him. Arya also almost got crit by a guiding bolt, and then also the herald had a death ward on him at the end, and so Spring got the final shot on him, and like before shooting him in the face was like, "This is a bad idea. Now the ship is on fire." The herald says that Varian knows our faces now and won't let this go lightly. So like this fight is over, but whatever we've done is not over. And then right at the end of the fight, Spring got a message back from Persh being like, "Don't relinquish the Wellick at all costs," which Aaron is very smug about. Spring is very mad about. But then as soon as she kind of shoves the notes into his chest, there are 5 chimes on that scary bell, which is probably means that Varian really has it out for us. Arya takes the flag, compass, and symbol of Varian and dumps them all overboard. And then Renata tries to talk to Spring, and Spring is big, mad, and very mean, and is like, "I don't care what gods are on our side. Like, I care that we live." And then is really mean to Aaron and like says something shitty about like not trusting his judgment because he's a warlock. And then he gets a really good comment back about how she doesn't understand depth because she's looking at the surface. And then Scythe agrees with Albie when Albie says that they should hold fast or hold nothing, and prefers to kind of like stand and fight and like make sure that they've got this. So now we have a weird cursed item that we, I guess, are going to bring back to Persh. And also we're in trouble with Varian. So that's great for us.
Yeah.
Normal Tuesday.
You'll forget my face. That's okay.
Well
Yes,
done.
Forgettable.
That was a thorough recap. You have earned a point of inspiration. And
Is there a process by which we challenge the accuracy of the recap?
The thing about the person who gives the recap is that it can be as biased as they want it to be. So you got to volunteer if you want it to be your narrative.
If you want to re-listen, like Aaron,
no. You make the history.
History is written by the recappers.
Well,
so let it be written. So let it be done.
It is at this moment, as you have vanquished the forces from the King's Wake and they have departed the area that you are left on a still sea. It is calm.
Still?
And quiet.
Yeah, I didn't think that he would let us leave very easily. That sucks.
Are there doors?
Like the sea is still not breathing, per how Captain Naga said.
It's not moving. The water is smooth as glass. However, the crazy, weird storm of gold and black in the sky is gone. The sky is returning to normal coloration. It might just be a matter of time, or it might not. But as in this moment of quiet, Spring, you have the medallion.
Yes.
You cannot help but notice you feel a pulsing vibration, as if a hum coming from the object. Feels like a heartbeat.
Does it feel like it is also breathing?
No, it feels like a heartbeat.
Feels like a heartbeat.
That would be another beat in the middle of the heartbeat.
Gotcha. I was just thinking about the journal said that
the crazy guy's ramblings.
Yeah. Cool. So that's not great. She'll count it like it's a pulse. Does it seem like it is a human or like a humanoid sort of?
Does it have anxiety? What's happening?
Roll a medicine check.
Dun-dun.
Roll a medicine check.
Not great. 13.
It's not very fast.
Okay. Well, she doesn't feel super safe about that, so she's gonna put it in the bag of holding.
You try.
Oh.
It doesn't go in.
Like it resists, like the gravity won't work.
Like, you open the pouch to put it in the bag of holding, and as you're trying to push it beyond the barrier, it presses against your fingertips. And then as you try and push it harder, it's like you're pushing it against a hard surface. It cannot go into the bag of holding.
Cool, great, okay, awesome. She will close the bag of holding and look at it and go, "You are so much trouble that I do not want." And she will resignedly put it around her neck.
Okay, it doesn't...
It has a gold chain, right?
It has a chain. That's fine.
We can put it in a pocket.
No, you've put it around your neck. That's the
Arya
thing.
kind of gives her a look when she does that, because like she remembers taking it off, or not exactly her, but you know they took it off of that guy, so she kind of gives her a look, but she doesn't say anything. Sorry.
She looks. Spring looks back at Arya and says, "If I don't do it, Renata will."
Spring, roll me a wisdom save.
Yep.
and she what, Spring?
Wisdom.
8.
Don't worry about
Spring
it.
doesn't have wisdom. Yep.
Oh no.
Are we in agreement that we're heading back to the Mariguard now, right?
Yes.
I don't think we're going anywhere.
Picks up.
Oh, Captain
There
Naga.
are oars below deck, if you are willing to pull.
Absolutely.
I think expediency is our friend here.
Scythe will head below deck to
Me too.
tackle an oar.
Yeah. So Spring.
Everyone...
Before we go
Before?
down, Guy will stop Spring,
Mhm.
and he's going to reach out and touch the medallion and Spring and cast non-detection.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. We'll see. It just hides
What
it from
is-
scrying magic, basically, and from
Can I ask what
divine.
that looks like? Can I ask what that looks like?
Yeah, how does he cast
well,
his magic?
He puts
cast
a
his
tarp over
magic.
them.
Oh my god. I don't know. Let me think about it. Let me think about his magic. I'll come up with it this session.
Okay. Non-detection is cast upon Spring wearing the medallion, and you guys go down below deck to start pulling oars. Everybody who wishes to pull oars can add an athletics check to the total. Depending on what bracket of athletics total you get to will determine how fast the boat moves.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I forgot I was short resting.
Let's go.
You can short rest heroic recovery after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I still got that delicious disadvantage.
Oh, buddy.
I rolled so poorly.
So we have a 21, a 7, a 13, and a 17. Anybody else? Okay. The boat begins to pull back southeast towards Ferrum. You're not going particularly fast, but the boat is moving. And once the boat starts moving, keeping it moving is simple. It cuts through the water like a knife through butter. And though there are no real waves, the wake that is carved by the water witch, well, it stretches wide to those of you who are not below deck pulling oars, which I think is just Aaron.
Arya too.
Arya and Aaron. Okay.
I'm weak.
I know.
Mhm.
As the boat coasts eastward,
Can I heal?
I need perception checks from Arya and Aaron.
Okay. Still trying to figure out how to heal myself because I can't click my character. Perception.
You can go to the character sheet under the Actors tab in the top right. Then you click on the party. Click on Aaron.
Yeah. Oh, is it over here? Let's see. Let's click 9. No.
You can click the short rest button.
I did, and I rolled a 9, but I didn't apply it.
You should use
rolled a
D&D
9.
Beyond because Foundry is garbage.
Earlier.
Okay. Here's what we'll do.
Yeah. And yeah, I do have the same problem with damage. I have to click. There we go. Now it's selected. Great. Look at that. I wanted to roll one more. What was my athletics check? Let me jump to the bottom. Or my
Perception.
21. 21. All right.
You rolled pretty well.
Okay. And Arya, yours is 17.
Yes.
As the ship is moving over the next 20 minutes, fog begins to roll in.
Great.
There's nothing particularly unnerving about this fog. The only thing that might give you some cause for concern is what just happened to you before the fog appeared. Fog, especially out on Kylus Bay, is perfectly normal and nothing to be afraid of. I promise. As the fog presses in and makes visibility not so great. With a 21, Aaron, there are moments as the thicker amounts of fog are washing up and over the deck. They're low around your ankles, but where the fog is over the water, you can see where the shadows that collect on the bottom side of the fog, which just makes it look a little darker normally, you see it reflecting golden light, as if sunlight onto the top of a cave.
Does it look similar to the golden light that was under my feet in the mud?
Looks just like it, but much fainter.
Okay.
You only barely see it with a 21. In fact, for a moment there, you're not certain you do see it at all. Your mind might be playing tricks on you.
I think Aaron's just going to ignore it and hope for the best here.
Can't hurt me if I don't acknowledge it.
Okay.
Just like
Well,
Tingley.
actually, I think he would probably look around to see who's there to tell, and just make eye contact with Arya. And I'm just curious, what kind of facial expression he finds there.
She's chewing on her lower lip and like looking at the fog.
He will turn back around and not say anything.
I don't need to stress her out more.
Yeah.
As you're like, you look and then turn back, you hear from up in the crow's nest, "Waters run too quiet. Waters run too quiet."
I think I'm gonna go below deck and row. I think I'm gonna go do that now.
No good comes from the deep.
Why does is the captain's up there, right?
The captain is at the helm. That is
Yeah.
the Kenku, Elby, who's up on the
Elby?
crow's nest.
Oh, just to the. Why does Elby just speak in the most cryptic statements possible?
He's a Kiku?
I don't know.
He's a king.
Not my
That's what they do.
problem, unless it is.
Oh God. I'm going below deck. Yeah, I'm going below deck.
Okay.
Go
Arya
below deck.
watches him go, but she like settles in more.
I will when I get below deck tell everybody else, just be like, hey, so I was looking out, I was totally gonna come help row the entire time. At no point was I ever considering not doing that. Site's doing a great job. Yeah, everybody's doing a great job.
From behind
there's
him,
gold
you all
light underneath.
from behind him, you all hear, "Ship's got spirits. Treat 'em right."
That Kenku is creep. And is nobody else creeped out by that Kenku? Is no one else creeped out by the weird statements? Am I
Have
the
you
only
ever
one?
met a Kenku, Aaron?
You never met.
That's
Yeah,
how
it's
they
a
talk.
little
They
I
racist.
said, I've met. Okay. I get it. That's how this is gonna be.
They
Okay.
speak in phrases that they've heard before.
Then who's been telling him these horrible things to say? But either way,
Well,
there's
Either
gold
way,
light
it's
under the
not
ship.
him saying them. He heard them from someone else.
Remember
like,
how I got sucked
stops
into the mud?
rowing.
I got
He's
sucked
like,
into the mud. There's a gold light. You know,
Just think
it's
about
under
it. It would be so interesting going through your life and trying to remember things that people had said so that you could say them later to express yourself. Like, I think it's really interesting how they overcome that challenge. You guys just gonna start waxing poetic about Kenku.
Cute.
The entire time Guy is talking, Aaron is looking at him as I'm looking at the camera right now. We're looking at him just
Unbothered.
I think meanwhile, Spring is going to start quietly singing a rowing song in Elvish that has a good beat.
What's that?
Scythe is just rowing. So to the surprise of no one, Scythe is not speaking without anything to say.
Beyond Guy's poetry, I did hear Aaron say that he saw the gold lights again.
under the ship briefly for a second.
Is anyone else concerned about that? Because I am.
Under
I mean,
the ship?
I'm
Under the
yes,
rows?
under the oars. Yes, the oars. It's underneath for a second, and then, or I'm losing it. I couldn't. Didn't I? I think I died or almost died. Yeah,
You
I might be
down a
losing
few
it.
times, but I got you back up.
You were the one who. Oh, I don't like that.
It's
at
my
all.
job.
I know, but
I mean, even if it wasn't, I still would have helped you.
you're probably gonna. You know, there's a loaded statement in there somewhere. I know it. I just know it, but I think I'll just help row and let you guys figure
I
things
think it
out.
says a lot about you that you think that some of my statements are loaded, when I just mean what I say.
I go sit near Spring.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
All of us, or just
no,
Aaron?
just Aaron, because he happens to be standing up at this moment.
Good roll.
I get
So,
20.
you manage to sit down, but right as you do, you feel the hull of the ship lurch. And all of you who are currently rowing, suddenly the oars are like tugged back against you as the sails suddenly fill with air as the wind suddenly catches once again.
That's a relief.
It is.
So we were in like a dead zone.
It is abrupt. It is weird, but the ship is now moving of its own volition once more.
Well, no sense being down here when we could be keeping an eye out on deck.
Yeah, thank God the hard work's over, you know? I want to go back. I'm going to go back up
Yeah, you
there.
were a great help.
And thank you, Spring. I appreciate you. I just wanted you to know that.
Aaron.
So what do you call me?
Yes, hang back a moment.
I've never been happier to say yes in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You should get out more.
So who's all going up deck?
Renata will.
I'll go up deck. Yeah, I'll go with Renata.
Okay. Everyone who goes up on the deck, please roll me perception.
Do I?
You do
roll
too.
again?
You're rolling again.
Okay.
You said something else.
Spring is absolutely not going up there and is going to her little like happy gunpowder room with her hammock.
Okay.
You said something about your patron and the cost of what you found.
Mm-hmm. What about
Costs you incur on our behalf are not only yours.
Who else's are they?
Mine. Ours.
You had me at mine. You know.
Just
That might be the nicest thing someone said to me in a while. I don't really know how to react to that. I have a very uncomfortable feeling under my skin.
God, you shift everything.
But
Side
no,
stands there for a moment, and then she just goes, "This is a team."
I try to hug Scythe.
What typically happens when people try to hug Scythe is she stands there at because she's a large, awkward metal creature, and so that is also what happens here. But she also does a little pat with one gauntlet, just like on his back, like pat.
And as I separated, I'll just be like, that was. You should work on your hugs, but also, don't ever tell Renata what just happened here. We're friends now. You can't not Renata.
Oh no, the Mariguard's
Anyone.
going. I got you pizza. You okay?
But Renata.
Dave.
You may find that I am unlikely to gossip.
We're best friends now. I'm so excited.
We just become best friends.
Let's go. Did we just become best friends? You want to do activities?
Scythe doesn't say anything else, but she does just start heading up to the
Yeah,
deck.
I just follow after stealing up my face again
Uh-oh.
and avoiding eye contact.
I didn't know the microwave was going. Sorry.
Or your microphone, Frog.
Renata. Was it 27? All of you see that as you come up on deck, it's as though the evening, has come back to life. The sky, now completely clear of any evidence of the King's Wake, it now looks stormy and dark. There's no actual rainstorm, there's no lightning or thunder, but the clouds look irritable, gray to dark gray and rolling across the sky. The water, now briskly moving under the wind that has recollected itself. It's as if the ocean is back to breathing, as the captain would say. You all see that. Renata, in the distance, as the suns are setting and it's getting darker, you see a ship. It's pretty distant, and it's hard to see through the fog. But you see it crossing the path of your current ship, moving perpendicular. It's distant and not, there's no way you're going to actually hit the ship or collide with it. But you spot it. And with a 27, you spot that there are many individuals on the deck of the ship. What strikes you as weird is that none of them are moving.
Like standing stock still in place.
Yes.
And because of the fog, or just the weather in the distance, it's hard for me to see if they're looking in our direction or if they're...
You can't make any details.
They're just kind of like, I can see the silhouettes that are not moving.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. That's unsettling.
Yep.
I think I should tell the captain. Just in case. I'm gonna... She'll go up to the helm where Captain Naga is.
What is it?
Do you have a spyglass?
I do.
She'll point where she sees it. I see a ship out there with quite a few people on deck who aren't moving.
The captain looks at you, and he puts the tie off on the helm, and he lifts the spyglass to his eye, and he points in that direction. I do see a ship. And he pauses.
What do your snake
as he's
eyes
looking
see?
through the spyglass.
Your snies.
He lowers the spyglass, looking out, and then looking at you. Maybe you should look. And he hands you the spyglass.
She'll take it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I saw you.
You see the ship moving just as you saw it was. The spyglass magnifies the ship clearly. And though you're looking through fog and wind and the mist getting thrown up off the ocean, it's difficult to make out details. But every so often, you get a clear view of what is on the ship. And the silhouettes of people, the sailors that are on the ship, you're looking at them, and they all look like sailors. They're not moving. They have no faces. They have no ears. They have no details. They have hair. They're wearing clothes as if they were sailors, but that's it.
Does Renata have any conception of a mysterious ship and faceless crew? Like, is that a story she's heard? Or does that speak of a creature? Or...
Roll a history.
Is she going crazy? Okay. 14.
You don't remember any stories about a faceless crew. This is new to you.
She'll look at Captain Naga and say, "Is this something that sailors speak of?"
He takes the spyglass back and looks again, and as he's looking through it, he just shakes his head.
Okay, I'm going to confer with the rest of my group on this one. But
You should do that.
All right. Okay. She'll go. Hurry back.
I'm going to take a harder bearing away from that vessel.
A good call, Captain. She'll...
You all feel the ship list as it turns sharper, heading starboard, away from something.
So everybody is on deck but Spring, which is unfortunate because I feel like Spring would have a better chance of rolling like an unknowledgeable check on this. But she'll fill in the party on what she saw. Faceless people on a ship, which, considering our most recent events, I feel are likely related. Anything in your mental archives on what is occurring here? She asks broadly.
Did you say that was a history check or?
Yeah, history.
For who?
Everybody. She said it to everyone. Minus Spring, who I cannot contact at present.
Are you for real? Okay.
With a 9... Oh, you're a disadvantage. With a 7. Okay.
Amnesiac does not have...
Turns out. Nobody...
Did Arya make a roll? There it is.
16. None of you have ever heard of a faceless crew before.
So you know who's really smart and knows things? I should check with Spring. I'll be right back.
I thought she was going to ask me.
I'll be right back.
Is the ship adjusting to try and...
No?
Okay.
Well, he is... Oh, that ship. I see what you mean.
The weird ship. The ship we are suspicious of. I mean, it doesn't look like it's trying to intercept us.
Better safe than sorry. She's gonna hurry to the former gunpowder room that Spring has repurposed.
So Spring is in her little hammock, and she has her eyes sort of half closed and is rocking, and she has this like oiled, it's kind of I guess it's a handkerchief that like clearly has like an oil stain or two on it, and it's like tied over her face and mouth.
She'll knock on the door frame. Spring?
Yeah.
I would like to utilize your wide knowledge of many things. We saw something strange in the
Yeah,
distance.
are we going off course? I could hear that the ship was going in a direction.
Kind of avoiding what was seen because it's a little uncanny. Have you ever heard of anything about a ship being piloted by faceless crew?
Ship piloted by faceless crew? Like, I mean, yeah, I can think about it. I did not roll well. 12.
Nope.
Nope. Never heard of anything like that. Seems suspicious given everything we've
Yes.
experienced today.
Precisely what I was
So-
thinking.
Untie her handkerchief and put it back in her pocket.
Oh, we're aware of it. We're trying to steer clear of it. And none of us know what it means.
No. I don't know why someone would do that.
Who knows why most people do anything? Just stay on your toes, I'd recommend.
Yeah, I'll come up then.
I suppose we'll all convene on the deck to keep an eye on this weird fucking thing.
By the time you get back up on the deck, the ship is out of view.
Hey, I don't know if that's better or worse,
Better.
but we can't
Better.
see it. It can't hurt us.
From the helm, Captain Naga says, "We're gonna make Ferrum by morning. I'm going to sail through the night.
Oh,
And
man.
any of you willing to take watch, it's welcome, but otherwise, we'll handle it."
I will.
No.
I will.
I'm
Happy to
I'm
take a
sorry.
watch.
I'm staying on watch.
We're used to it.
Great.
Fantastic.
Kai's going to bed.
Before we go to bed, can I talk to you all about something? When we get back to Ferrum, is our plan to give that to the buyer right away?
No, absolutely not.
No, I think we should talk to Persh first.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
I
It
wouldn't
wasn't
feel.
sitting right with me.
Dead
unless
men
we-
don't rise, unless they do.
That's
Thank you
why.
for your contribution, Albie.
Thank you, Albie.
Got a point, though.
Thank you so much.
We don't want to curse the client.
Well, we're not gonna. I
No,
don't
none
wanna
of us
curse
should be
the client
cursed,
either.
ideally. Spring, if
I
you're
actually-
feeling strange going forward as the holder of
feeling-
this thing,
I'm
but if
feeling-
you are, please let someone know.
I will say this, but no one wants to be cursed. Did nobody notice that the bell rang an equivalent number of times to all of us? I get the feeling we might be.
Aren't
Did
there
it
6
ring
of
an
us?
equivalent number of times? I thought it was
rang-
5 times.
It rang 5 times, but it rang once when I touched the ground with the thing underneath.
Hmm.
That's true.
I
Besides
suppose.
counting her fingers.
I mean, I don't think it's a good situation because that avatar thing.
It was just a
whatever
herald, it was not an avatar.
Okay, I don't know.
It's a
guys.
very important distinction.
herald that the celestial being
Mhm.
told us that Varion like has our faces now or whatever that he said.
Ah.
So whatever this is, it's not going away and it's
Did-
going to be centered on us until whatever the fuck happens.
Was that the
We
phrase
talk
that he
to Tree
used?
when we get home.
It was
He
the
knows
phrase
our
that he
face-
used. He knows our faces.
He knows our faces.
We just saw. Does it not seem a little spooky that we just saw a ship full of faceless things?
Hmm.
I don't even
point.
have a face. But I think we should talk to
You have a beautiful face. Okay.
I think we should talk to Tree when we get home.
That's a great idea.
We should get home. I think we should get home real quick.
I think we
I'd
should
like to
absolutely
go
talk to
home.
Treat
Also,
when we
we
get
would-
home.
Also, we would be off the water, so perhaps it would
Uh,
be.
Also, a very good idea to
Very
be
good
off
idea.
the water.
What? Definitely don't want to be on the water.
Well, we'll make Ferrum
So-
by morning, so
When you say faceless, you mean like just no distinct features, or
There was no holes for eyes or mouth. There were no ears. They had
As-
hair and clothing.
As you're talking, and above you, like hanging from the jib, is Albie.
Huh.
And he says, "A bird at sea ain't normal, but here we are."
here we are.
Albie, have you seen Faceless Crew before?
He thinks about it for a moment. Best not to wake it.
that
I
sounds
agree.
accurate.
I agree fully with Elby for once.
Renata, do you know anything about Varion that might be useful here?
I may answer. I want to hear what Arya had to say.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that already.
Or she was speaking quiet. Did you have a thing, Meg?
Yeah, she does that. Speak up, Arya.
No, sorry.
Okay. Do I know anything about Varian? Beyond Arg?
Roll a religion check.
Okay.
Probably ask your god.
22.
A 22. You know that Varian is an ascended god. You know that he is a recent one. One of the most recent ascended gods. He's chaotic neutral. You know that he is a god of freedom, greed, and the oceans. He's generally reputed as the god of pirates. And what is known is that he once was the pirate king of the Floating Irons. And the moment the gods returned to Amaranth, he stepped up into the heavens, immediately ascended.
Sick.
On the One Piece.
He has
Was
his...
he confused?
No.
That was kind of funny.
The idea
He's like,
is
yeah,
that
it was basically a god.
he carved his stairway to the heavens himself, is the myth.
Pretty sick.
He...
Sounds unlikely.
Well, that's the thing about gods. They kind of make up whatever they want about themselves.
Well, in short, he was a baller.
Shot caller, if you will.
What does that mean?
She'll go into the summarization of what Echo just said. It's not that he could or could not have a nefarious purpose for this. When I reached out to Calciox, he told me that he respected Varian's goals, but not the consequences. I
mean, is
think that
there-
Varian may be the type to make decisions without thinking of others.
Is there a safe way to release something from the abyss? It doesn't sound likely.
Seems unlikely. If he's the god of greed, there must be some
Get
use
off of that.
for
Mhm.
that. There must
Well,
be
it's
some-
more than likely something self-serving for him or things that he cares about, which means it may be detrimental to others.
Prayers don't reach the drowned.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Did anybody invite Albie into this conversation? When did this just start
We
happening?
just asked him if he knew.
Did
about-
we? Okay. Because it's
He
just
was
it's.
addressed with a question.
I feel like he's just always saying things right after we say things, and I'll feel good, and then I don't feel so good after Albie speaks.
Is he not allowed to speak?
No, he could. Okay, there we go
Why do
again.
you hate
There we go
Kenku?
again. I don't hate Kenkus. I love Kenkus. Look at
Moment's peace, gone again.
Do I have a sense of whether Kenku like shiny stuff?
Doesn't like shiny stuff.
Um,
True.
Well, that's racist.
what do you mean?
Thank you.
Mhm.
So
We
was
all
that,
hate
okay? I
Kenku
was
here.
If are they based on like ravens? Like this is also me, the player, being like, I don't know, shiny.
They have an intelligence just like any other humanoid. So that
But
might be
I
a
also
good
own-
way to insult them.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I own a shitload of dice I don't even roll, so like
Jingle
It's-
some keys at him.
Shiny mascot.
Kenku are, I mean, they're not common, but they're around. They're mostly from Trident. They're not,
the Arg capital of the world.
yeah, land of the pirate-y people without actually being pirates. You know more about Kenku than the player does.
Yeah, that's what yeah. This is why I was
They're flightless. You know that.
Would it be like offering a tabaxi some string?
It would be,
Yeah.
yeah. And the Tabaxi would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no, give me that.
Go what time of day?
Like, wow, you can leave it though.
I will take it when you're not looking. Thank you very much.
What were you asking, Pen?
Hi, Orange. I said, what time of day is it?
It's late evening.
Okay. Should we plan our watches?
I think we should do 2 to a watch.
I also
Somebody
think
does
no
that.
one should be alone on a watch, if at all possible.
I would personally like to not be on watch with Renata.
I'll be on watch.
Do you want to talk about that?
I don't think he does, Renata.
Wait,
I
who
think
wants to be
that's-
on a watch with Spring?
Did I just hold on? Spring. I knew we would bond over something. He's absolutely correct. Okay? Absolutely correct. I'd prefer to be on watch with Spring or Scythe.
So you're bonding over being dicks.
Everybody wants to be. You're gonna watch with Spring, I
Who the
guess.
fuck-
Hey,
Who the hell just said that to me?
I did. Guy says
Oh.
and raises his hand. Me.
Oh, hi, guy. Sorry. I
Hey.
forget you're there sometimes. Does that happen to you often?
It does.
Why
Anyway,
you tell me-
I could take last watch if need be. Otherwise, I'm gonna go get some sleep.
You get some sleep. You've been tired today. You deserve it.
Anyone have a preference for who they're watching with?
No, I really don't. I was just, trying to make Spring get a little worried about having to spend hours awake just talking to me.
You
Okay.
think that I can't handle being quiet around another person?
No, you can. I just wouldn't be quiet.
I've known a lot of people that blabber. It doesn't actually really bother me that much. That said, I'll watch with Arya.
I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
that guy.
Good.
My heart hurts.
Okay, you
I
guys
am
are setting
vicious
up
on
for
these
watches.
seas.
Who's on third watch? Okay.
I don't know if we picked times, but Spring and Arya together. Spring doesn't care what watch.
It's like first, because that's where
wait,
Arya is.
half elf only requires 4. Do they
No,
trans?
normal.
Half elves need
normal
all the
sleep.
sleep that humans need.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
need elves.
only
Oh,
elves.
then I need
Only
I
high
only
elves.
need-
Only for reals elves.
So I gotta take
For,
one.
for reals.
So I
You
gotta
can
take
wake Guy up for last watch if somebody is alone.
No, Scythe, I want
It
you on
looks
my
like-
watch. Come here.
That's fine.
No, I already called. I called first.
No.
Too
I'll take watch with guy. All right, I'll take third watch
Yep.
then.
late. We should
With
still
Albie.
have.
With Elby.
Yeah, please
With
put Albie with
Albie.
Aaron. Because we have
Alright.
to have 2 people per watch. And then I guess Guy can watch with Naga.
The
Guy
captain, Naga.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh god,
Well,
we
it's
put
3
LB on the
watches.
watch. LB's
have-
actually.
I thought we had 4 watches.
We do have 4 watches. So Guy has to have somebody on his watch with him.
4 watches. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
you're
2
getting
hours each.
Naga. You're getting the hot.
Yeah,
hot
you're
captain.
getting
Yeah.
hot
Okay,
captain.
Excellent.
I'm sure
Uh,
Aaron would have rather been on a watch with, but it's funnier if he's with Albie.
If hot captain will do watches, I don't know. You might be above that.
Aaron will give the team the most incredulous look he can possibly muster.
At dawn, Captain
He's been
Alvarenaga is not taking a watch. He's asleep.
Well, then can you just toss a crew member with Guy?
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
don't want
also, like,
anyone
it's worth watch
compromised.
If the rest of us are sleeping, then like one of us, well, either Arya or I, maybe, because
I mean, we need to get a full rest.
Okay. I didn't. Okay. It's 2 hours. That's right. It's 2 hours. Okay, got it. We're good.
First watch. I need perception checks from both, or one at advantage from one of you.
I can give you advantage. My perception isn't great.
Okay.
If you want.
26.
Forgo.
Amazing. Way better than I could do.
That girl.
She didn't roast, so she had
Okay,
a
one
lot of
more.
time. Dial in.
You were great today.
Arya kind of looks around a little bit.
Yes,
Mm.
you. I'm talking to you, Arya.
Uh, uh, I,
You're good with that bow.
oh yeah, I've been hunting my whole life.
Really? Where'd you grow up?
Near a forest.
That would make you good at hunting.
Are my are the lands near the forest were always open. I had older brothers who taught me.
Sounds
Do you
good to
have
have some. I don't.
no? Well,
Uh,
that's probably good. You wouldn't have to miss them
Jesus.
doing this.
yeah. Yeah, I just miss other people. Do you miss them? Your siblings?
Yeah, I miss my siblings and my parents and my village.
Because you're homesick or because you don't get to talk to them anymore?
I mean, isn't everybody homesick sometimes?
Yeah. This is a weird question. Uh, what did it smell like? Your home.
I fire sometimes, but then also cinnamon, um, dried pine.
You got like a glove or a handkerchief or something?
From home?
No, just
No.
with you.
Oh, yes. And she'll pull out like a um I'm sure she has a handkerchief so that she can pull out.
Can I see it?
Yeah. And she hands it to Spring.
Spring will take it and out of her bag of holding, she'll create this like little contraption. It seems like it's had recent use, this little contraption. Um, and she will use magical tinkering to create a smell that permeates the handkerchief that is as close to what Arya described as she can make it. And then she'll hand it
Fire,
back.
pine,
Fire,
cinnamon.
pine, cinnamon.
Uh yeah, Arya will take a deep breath and like she closes her eyes for a second and then she'll like tie it around her throat. So the next time everybody sees her, she will be wearing this.
He's got a kerchief, like Freddy from Scooby-Doo.
Spring nods. I got one. I have one too.
Thank you. What does yours smell like?
Uh, ozone and uh, oil and metal. It's like my dad's workshop.
Your dad does what you do?
I do what he does, but not nearly as well. He's pretty famous in Ceres, or he was.
Yeah, I know that feeling of having your parents. Yeah, I know that.
You
I
too,
know
huh?
the feeling of having parents.
It's a big shoes. It's big shoes
Couldn't
to
be
fill.
me.
It's hard to have a legacy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're good with that, Bo, and I appreciate you on the team.
Thank you. It's always an adjustment, right?
Yeah.
Guy and I are so used to working together.
Do you mostly do jobs together? Were you on a big team before, or were you just with Guy usually?
We did a couple on bigger teams, and then we've done some by ourselves.
Did you two come up together? Like in the academy? Same class?
Yeah.
It's a good way to make teammates.
Yeah.
It's how I met Renata that way. Sort of. We were on the same fall festival team.
Oh, interesting.
She's her compassion makes her smart in a way that I'm not smart. And that's useful sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, I'll let you think. And
Oh, I'm sorry. I never know what to say.
that's okay. I don't either. But you don't have to know. You don't know what to have to say.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're better with words than I am.
That's wow. I don't think I've ever been complimented on anything even remotely like that before.
Sadly true.
Thanks, Ari. I really appreciate that. I don't think I still don't think I'm great at them, but I really appreciate it, and I think that you're maybe better than you think. I'm sorry if I ever step on you if you try to talk.
No, it's okay.
You have good things to say.
Um, no, not really.
I think maybe you think that, but I sure can tell you, um, it meant a lot to me that you backed me up today. A lot of people don't, generally. So I appreciate it.
I mean, you were right.
I think so.
I-
But now we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we can just get this job done.
Hopefully we can just get this job done. I'm a little worried they won't be able to take this necklace from me, but you know, we got some firepower at home, so we'll be fine.
Yeah. We have the whole academy.
Yeah. Spring will take her kerchief, her own kerchief. She won't wear it, but she'll take hers out and kind of bury her nose in it as they watch that rest of the watch.
Nothing happens during your watch, fortunately.
Excellent.
Arya, roll me a perception check, just yourself.
Interesting.
There's a few moments during the watch, Arya, where you swear you hear whispers, but you can't place them. You can't hear exactly what they're saying.
She doesn't say anything to Spring, even though it does seem like she's warmed up to Spring, but she will she stops sometimes and like squints and like looks confused and like she tilts her head sometimes.
Spring
And she
has
shakes her head.
Spring has a passive perception of 12, so she does not notice.
Okay. Your watch passes without further incident. And we go to second watch. You awaken Renata and Scythe. I require a perception check from both of you or one of you at advantage.
How's your perception?
It's +2.
I have a +9.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna help you out.
Okay. Natural 20 for 29.
Damn.
I see everything.
Okay. If you guys have any conversations, you're welcome to use them, but I imagine... Oh,
I wanted
I
to be
can't
on
believe you
watch
were
the
trying to
side.
skip over
Yeah.
Scythe sitting there saying nothing.
So after a little bit into their watch, Renata will approach Scythe. I'm just gonna say, leaning against the railing, looking out at the ocean, and she'll look up at Scythe and say, "Scythe, can I ask you for some advice?"
Scythe kind of hunkers lower in a lean on the railing so that she is not quite as high up above Renata, and kind of leans on her elbows and says, "If you want."
I don't know how to explain it. You seem to have such a way with words.
Scythe just slowly tilts her head to the side and looks at her.
What am I doing wrong with Aaron? He doesn't want to be anywhere near me, and he likes
see very
you.
clearly, and you say what you see.
You're a very direct person. I feel like you tell it like it is, and he doesn't seem to mind that from you, but when I try to talk to him, that's the last thing he wants. And it actually really hurts my feelings because he talks like a lot to everyone, sometimes too much. But he doesn't want to talk to me.
My mask is part of my face. His can be pried loose. He doesn't want that.
Oh. Well, so I did get the sense that he was deflecting and putting on a front because he's a deeply hurt individual. And I just want to understand what's hurting him and how I can help.
Scythe stands there and doesn't say anything for a really long moment, like she's just very slowly working through this in her head. And then she says, "How old are you?"
Good question. 23.
Time will teach you more patience.
Oh, I don't mind being patient. I just want him to tell me everything.
I think you should
At his
listen
own pace,
to
of course.
You should listen to the words that you just said.
But the longer we wait, the more hurt he is. I could just give him a hug now.
He would be confused.
I would explain that I'm trying to make him feel better.
Some hurts can only be healed from inside.
Right. But he's not letting me in.
That's up to him.
And if he just did that, well, yes, but if I made it clear that talking it out would really help. Because how are we supposed to help him as a group if he doesn't let us know what's bothering him?
Why would he?
So he doesn't feel pain anymore.
That's his pain. It's not ours. He's entitled to it.
He wants to feel pain?
I don't know.
I should ask him.
You should not.
I don't understand.
Sometimes, if pain is yours, you want to keep it because it's the only thing that's yours.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's because you're 23.
Savage.
So what do you suggest?
Give him time and space.
But then it just feels like I don't care about him. And I do.
Why?
Because I
Do
can
you
tell
care
he's
about
a good
him, or
person.
do you care that someone is not accepting your help?
Well, if I had to dig down deeply, I'm sure there's some of that in there, if I had to be honest. My whole life's purpose is helping people.
Sometimes the help that you need
Isn't what you want.
You are a good healer. I know this. I've seen you. We've worked together. But sometimes time is the only thing that can heal. Some hurts can only be your own.
So, build a relationship with him first?
That sounds sensible. I've never done it.
You're his
That I
best
remember.
friend. He said so.
He does say that. I don't think I did anything.
Okay, I'm gonna think about this. Really hard. You're very wise.
I'm old, even if I don't remember.
Do you want to talk about it?
What's to say? I don't remember.
How does that make you feel?
Confused, annoyed, angry. That's useful.
Do you want to get into it?
I don't know how.
Okay, well, we can work on that.
I appreciate your help.
But I'm detecting a but.
I don't know how to work on that.
Well, I can make a plan. I can write out like maybe a schedule that we can like talk.
I don't understand.
That's okay. Well, let me just, and she's just gonna pull out some paper and start writing studiously. Therapy
But I will
sessions.
tell you there is a
she
reason
wants to
that
have
I
with you.
understand pain.
Of course, we've all felt pain.
All right.
I'm not downplaying the level or experience of pain that you've had.
I cannot guess at yours.
Until we're all honest with each other, all we can do is guess.
Honesty is an interesting concept. I don't think I'm a lie, but I don't remember.
Oh, that's intense.
Sorry.
No, please. I would really like to dig into that.
All right.
I would like it, but I feel like it's necessary. Please tell me your life story.
I cannot.
Fuck. Okay, well, tell me what you do know.
I'm
Scythe.
sorry.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Sure.
Oh boy. Let's just tolerate this conversation with Renato. 24 messages in the chat. What the fuck?
17.
With a 17. There is a flash. It's momentary, but you remember something. Something you never remembered before. You remember your hands are clasped in the air in front of you. The tree is broken at your fingertips. You're looking up into the tree. The tree itself is dark and blackened where your fingers are touching it. Outside, it is alive and vibrant and young, but where you have touched it, it is broken and splintered and burnt. Above, where you're touching it, it is split open. You remember shouting to someone. You can't remember the name. You think it's Maven? Millen? Something that begins with an M. You cannot place the name, but as you're looking up, the tree is split open, and within it is a portal. The portal is burning. And as you shout into it, you see a face looking back at you. A face wreathed in flame and in anguish. And as soon as you remember it, it's gone. And it hurts. And you feel a spike through the core of where your heart used to be.
Scythe straightens suddenly and backs away from the railing, and her hands, her gauntlets turn into fists, and she's kind of blowing a...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I push too hard? Scythe?
I don't know.
Maybe I have a spell for this.
Sorry, what'd you say?
So maybe I have a spell for this. I don't. How can I help?
I don't know. I can't remember. I want to burn something.
Oh. Why? And can it wait until we get... Okay, all right. Can it wait until we get off a boat?
It doesn't matter, I suppose.
Okay, well, we'll burn something when we get off of the boat. Or you will. I don't mean to intrude on your memories.
I don't think you... I don't think you could. I don't know that I could. I hate this. Scythe punches the railing.
Ah. Does it break?
No, it's very sturdy railing.
I need to take a walk.
Okay, I'll keep watch.
Call if you need me.
Of course.
Just kind of stops off.
Okay.
She just left that conversation really angry with me. Why isn't it working?
I have rolled for your watch. Scythe, how long do you spend cooling off?
I'm
Or do you manage to?
gonna. I think she's gonna burn a rage. After burning a rage, after about 10 minutes, I think she'll walk back and not say anything, but no longer be visibly steep.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, nothing is perceived on your watch. So, you awaken Aaron for his watch. Aaron, as you go up on deck.
Aaron and Albie.
Good evening, Albie.
You he just like looks down at you. A moment's peace, gone again.
Maybe we'll get it back.
He looks at
Aaron
you.
will Aaron will just lean on the railing. He's within talking distance of Albie and just kind of unfixed, starts staring off.
Before anything else, roll me perception, please. Okay. You and Albie are watching. So, whose mistake are you then?
Well, that's a loaded question. Either my father's or my own. I think mine. I think I'm my own mistake. If that makes sense.
He looks at you and kind of bobbles as he's like, it's almost like he's trying to search for the word or the words that would help convey what he's trying to ask or say. Just want to know if I should wear boots or bring a will.
I can interpret that a few ways, but I don't know. There's nothing you could do for me. Just hang out for a bit. You know, I made my first friend tonight.
Should I be worried or just impressed?
I don't know. You can be whatever you want to be.
What?
Yeah, be whatever you want to be. Seem to like this boat. But I'm impressed.
Roll me an insight check. You get the impression Albie's getting frustrated with you. You suddenly become aware you probably are not interpreting what he's saying correctly.
I'm sorry, Albie. I'm trying to figure you out, man. I'm just lost in my own stuff. I really am not trying to be insulting. I know that's how I usually am, but I could try again. Or not. I mean, it's up to you.
We heading toward glory, doom, or someone's ex?
That's a good one. I don't know. I'm interpreting the things you say at a much deeper level. I'm hoping that's the way you're meaning them, but
I've seen this before. Once. Didn't end well. Or clean.
no, that's true. But in regards to your first statement, if you're asking where we're headed in a literal sense, to Ferrum and to I don't know what, but if you're asking where this is all headed, I haven't the faintest. I thought it did at one point. But
No good comes from the deep.
that's the truth.
He kind of looks at you. So, whose mistake are you then?
Yeah, you asked me this once, and I thought I interpreted it correctly, but I did not. I'm really bad at understanding Yahweh.
Lost? Cursed? Or curious? I'm 3 for 3.
Yeah, same here. I think I keep interpreting your statements literally, but I know that there's interpretation there. Man, I wish I had somebody who could really make more sense of this. It's sad to say that Renata would help, but I really don't want to be around her.
Bro.
Keep talking. Won't change the wind.
Yeah. She, I don't know, she seems well-mannered. She seems like she means well, but I've seen the best intentions of people destroy a lot of things around me. And sometimes those ideal-driven fools that believe in things can really do a number on you, you know?
Prayers don't reach the drowned.
My prayers only reach a vapid bitch.
A moment's peace. Gone again.
She doesn't give me any of those. Bet she's here right now. Fuck you, Turn.
There's a moment where Albie looks at you, and then he says in a completely different voice, "Smoke bomb!"
I have no clue what to make of that one, Albie. None whatsoever. Man, this feels cathartic, though, for me, you know? It's like one of the better conversations I've had in a while.
Some debts don't get paid with coin.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Albie, do you like being on the ship?
He thinks for a moment. Fair winds, steady tides.
Is this all you want from your life?
Sun's up, so we move.
It must be nice.
He thinks for a moment. Storm's coming. Always is.
I don't know that it's ever left.
You hear that? No? Then it gets worse.
You're almost as good to talk to as sight. Incredible. You know, this is the longest conversation I've had in a couple of years.
I collect stories. You got one? Or just atmosphere?
We'll save that story for another time, but I'll tell it to you someday. I get the feeling we'll meet again.
Just want to know if I should wear boots or bring a wheel.
This is the thing I got it wrong last time. Bitch. I feel any answer I give will offend you because I am certain I don't understand what that is supposed to be.
That's a lot of scorch marks for a friendly chat.
My God. I'm so lost. I'm not really good at this stuff. There's like interpretation. This surface level is kind of well known for quite a bit of time. That's what happens when you got a patron that only lives for these simple pleasures that are horrendous in nature.
I've betrayed fewer people this year than last. Progress.
I have too. But I have a lot of making up to do. So maybe this team will be good for me.
We heading toward glory?
Sure. Maybe we're heading towards glory. Doubtful, though. Doubtful. But
So whose mistake are you then?
God damn it. God damn it, Albie. Why do you keep doing this to me, man? You keep using the phrases I can't understand. All right? You've used it 3 times in 3 different contexts, and I understand you're trying to communicate, but I'm so bad at this.
Please tell me that's rum. Or at least not teeth.
What in the fuck is that supposed to even mean?
What?
My God. Yeah. Why don't we just watch some stuff for a few minutes? Because I'm confused.
Right, well. Off to regret something else.
That one cut deep.
What?
Go to opposite side of the ship as you now.
Life's short, death's longer. Wear boots.
Been very enlightening.
As you're trying to end the conversation, Albie just again goes, "Smoke bomb!" and then walks away.
Okay. Good. That's. I think he liked me. I don't know. My God. Oh, if only somebody else was here. Anyone. I would talk to anyone. I don't know. Maybe that guy. I don't know. I'm odd about that guy. There's something odd about that guy. I just can't put my finger on it.
You and Albie do not perceive anything on your watch.
Good.
And so we move on to the final watch. Guy, you can hit the long rest button.
Away.
You're no longer exhausted.
Away.
When you get up on deck, you see Albie, the Kenku, is up in the crow's nest, and the ship is sailing eastward, as it was before. It is dawn, and you can see the coast approaching.
Way. Guy's kind of a morning person, so he lifts his hand to Albie. He's like, ahoy.
You greet Albie, and he just looks at you, and he says, "Fair wind, steady tides."
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
Please roll me perception.
Okay. Oh my God, and I don't even have to do it at disadvantage.
That's right.
I mean, it's, not a great thing for... Oh, 21. Okay.
Okay. Guy, is there anything you'd like to accomplish on your watch? You can try and talk to
No.
Albie if you want. Okay.
No, it's okay. He's not gonna pester anybody. He figures they're working.
Okay. Then your watch passes without incident.
We survived a night.
You survived a night. Everyone can click the wrong rest button. And as we approach Ferrum, we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Okay.
Baloney Jones.
As we resume, it is morning. On the Water Witch, you all awaken to find it lightly raining. The fog is getting cleared away, and the Ferrum docks are fast approaching. As they do, Spring, you are awoken by a transcription paper appearing in your fingertips.
I'll open it up and read it.
Come back to Ferrum, quietly. No stops, no ports. Something is moving here. Don't know what, but it's watching. You're not the only one sniffing the sea. We need to talk in person. Don't trust anyone until we do. Persh.
Spring will be kind of like, will immediately sort of like rub the sleep from her eyes and will wake everybody up by messaging them basically that same message. By like reading, by like being like, hey, get up, just got a transcription paper from Persh. It says this. We all need to be on our guard and keep our mouths shut.
Disturbing.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the intense music.
I wonder if
Yeah.
it's
And we
more
have,
faces people.
Just like
As a
regular-
reminder, this transcription paper is one way, right? Like
You can
Yeah, you can
write
reply.
on it and reply if you want.
okay. I will after I read like the paper word for word for everybody so they know the message. I will reply. Understood. We are on our way back now. Should be there shortly. We will make no stops in the meantime.
As soon as you finish and sign it off, the paper vanishes from your fingertips. Now, because Persh sent you it, you know that none is coming unless he sends another one.
Sure.
So, it is a tense morning. The ship, well, firstly, you notice that the seal, the medallion, the thing on your neck, feels heavier. And as you have been aboard the ship, whenever salt water splashes up over the side of the ship and happens to get on you, you watch as salt water is pushed away from it. It's very subtle, but Spring, because you're wearing the thing, you see it happen.
I'm going to message Renata about that. I will
Hey.
like let her know salt water's being pushed from this thing and it's heavier today. We're going directly to talk to Persh and Treat, but just so you know, because you asked.
Thank you. Anything else, please let me know if you're feeling wrong or different.
It just feels heavy, that's all.
There is
Okay.
a moment, and it's almost too coincidental, Spring, but all of you hear a splash overboard the ship, and at the same moment, Spring, another transcription paper appears in your fingertips.
Weird. Okay. I take it. I read it.
I can
Can't-
look over the side of the ship.
There's nothing there. On the transcription paper, it says, "Can't say more. keep the relic hidden. If anyone asks why you're coming back, say it's for gear repairs. Persh.
Okay. I'm gonna try to take it off of my neck. Can I do that?
Yeah, you take it off.
All right, good. Can't do it. I can't put it in the bag of holding.
No.
But I am an artificer, and I've got pockets and shit everywhere. So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna like stick it in my pocket underneath my handkerchief.
Okay.
And I will message everybody the same.
What's your passive investigation?
I think 19. Double check. 18.
As you take the medallion off and you go to put it in your pocket, you happen to catch a glimpse of the face of it. It's slightly different.
A different how?
Before, you saw it was an 8-pointed star with chains wrapped around it. Now...
6-pointed?
What?
Is it 6 points now because of the 6? Sorry, go ahead.
No. Calm down.
Sorry.
It is an 8-pointed star that the chain now laces around the points of the star like a circle.
I don't want to risk it being out in the open for too long, so I'm going to just stuff it under my kerchief. But I will message Renata about how it looks different now, and I don't think we should look at it again until Ferrum, until we like get inside. But I will describe.
Okay. Oh, I really want to look at it. I understand your judgment. I agree.
Is it? Does that mean anything in a religious context?
Hey, Echo.
Huh.
Look, side looking
Do it
around,
like it
does it
goes.
appear that this ship has the same number of crew and etc. as it did before the splashy noise?
That's
Yes.
Very smart.
Okay, just check.
Does the symbol on the seal changing mean anything in a religious context to Renata?
Roll a history. Not a religion.
Okay. Decent. 19.
With a 19, you think you've seen a symbol similar to that on an old sailor's tattoo. But you don't remember if it means anything.
Okay, she'll file that away to ask someone at the Mariguard when they get there.
Okay.
She thought about asking other crew members, but she doesn't want to bring up this amulet at all anymore.
So the crew members are Captain Alreinaga and Albie.
What?
The crew is the captain and the Kenku.
That's right. It's
There
not
were-
a big boat.
It's
There
a
were more
s-
people than that.
No.
Yeah.
There's also
Am I
a snake.
crazy?
Oh, there is a snake.
Yeah, go. Should ask the snake.
But no ghosts.
no ghosts.
No ghosts.
Okay.
No other crew. The captain and the Kenku. That's the crew.
If you say so.
I do say so.
So, Echo, actually, I'm gonna. I'm an artificer. I imagine that a little lockbox at somewhere. That seems like a thing that I would have.
You carry
Is
a
that-
box around with you?
I mean, I've got a bag of holding that I imagine in it, and a lockbox seems like a thing. If that's not a thing, I can have.
Why would you have a lockbox? That
To put stuff in.
I
bag of
understand the
holding?
purpose of a lockbox. I don't know why you'd have one.
Because string is it's fine. I don't have to. I can. We'll keep it in my pocket. I was just sort of thinking, like, what do I have that I could keep this thing safer? But if that's not,
I don't think you have a small piece of furniture that safely holds jewelry in somebody's houses. Like, if you had specified you bought one, sure, but that's a
Well, get
weird
one.
thing to have one on you for no reason.
Okay.
Unless you
it
loot
feels,
a mansion or something.
it feels to me like a thing that you could like put Banasite or something like that in, valuable components and shit like that. That's the thing that I could see Spring using it for. No,
Wouldn't you just put that in the bag of holding?
I can't. I can't put the medallion in.
No, but you would put Banasite in the bag of holding, or like,
Maybe.
isn't that where the valuables would usually go?
That
I
is-
don't know.
yes.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna say sorry. I don't buy a lockbox.
That's fine.
The ship
Me
pulls
well.
in to the pier at Ferrum, and it is tense. You see lots of dock workers are on the docks working, offloading goods, working with the various ships, and as you approach, it's quiet. As if some sort of hushed rumor has passed around, or some sort of terrible accident happened here yesterday, and everyone is nervous or anxious. The
Arya's
air
gonna-
is thick. Yes?
Sorry. Go ahead.
The air is thick with the tension, and as you pull in, the only real noise is a single seagull lands atop one of the dock supports and just otherwise all is quiet and uncomfortable.
Arya, without saying a word, is gonna unsling her bow and like notch an arrow like at her side. But then she's gonna move to like get off the ship first.
Aaron will start to follow behind, but kind
Yeah,
of
let's stay together.
Like, if we have to talk to anyone, I know I fucked it up. Let me do it.
Okay.
I won't fuck it up this time. Something really bad is up, so I'll be serious. And I'll start following.
With all that, Guy will stop Spring again and be like, before we go off, if she heard it, let me see it, and I'll cast the spell again.
The non-detection spell.
Mm-hmm. And he will put his hands up in a little triangle over the amulet, and you'll see 3 little jeweled points of the triangle look almost like eyes, and then he lets his hands go, and it turns like there's a shimmer in the air, like a prism has turned and kind of shifted your perspective, and like a little mirror reflection goes over it, and that's his spell effect.
That's super cool. I need everyone to roll perception.
Okay, let me cast this real quick.
Natural 20. 29.
Perception.
14.
21.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Arya.
Mine didn't appear. I rolled a 29.
Arya and Renata. You both happen to see as Spring pulls the medallion out of her pocket and the spell is cast on it. You're both looking down at it, and then you both happen to glance up, and you see down the dock, leaning against an unlit lamppost near one of the farther piers, you see a halfling. She has remarkably pointed ears for a halfling, and dark, short hair that's kind of curly. And as soon as you make eye contact with her, she kind of taps 2 fingers to her head and gives you a loose 2-finger salute. And you notice that she's wearing 3 rings on her hand, and she disappears into the crowd.
The salute or the rings? Does that ring a bell?
No.
We don't
How far away
recognize
was
her
she?
at all.
100 feet?
Okay. And yeah, we don't recognize her.
No.
Okay, well, Renata will share a look with Arya and say, "That's not good. They know we're here." now."
Arya. Oh man. Okay, never mind. She's not gonna shoot him. I was debating.
How are you?
My
Where is
God.
she?
I'm concerned about the amount of conflict there was mentally when we
Oh.
prepared for that.
There was a big conflict.
It's tough. It's tough to
We
kick
need
it
to
off.
go. Renata will urge the group to expedite their return to the Mariguard.
Yeah, this is our turf. Let's walk.
As Aaron walks off, he's gonna cast this mage armor on himself. The free casting, just so everyone knows. And his beautiful onyx suit reappears, kind of trailing behind him.
Okay.
Obsidian.
Hmm.
Guy whistles. So unconcerned. Not like, hey baby. He just whistles a jaunty tune.
Damn. Shit.
Okay. You make haste back to the Mariguard.
No distractions. No ice cream.
No ice cream this time.
No, not this.
Said no stop.
No stops.
You are
Perch mad at me.
not waylaid, conveniently. And you make good time. You return to the Mariguard, and as you enter the Mariguard's front, you once again find Persh seated at the desk. Only this time, Persh, for the first time any of you have seen in a long time, he's not fiddling with any paperwork. He is seated at the desk, looking up at the door as you enter, and he's not wearing his glasses.
Insight check?
Yeah.
Insight
Do I
check.
Concerning. Concerning.
Whatever
Yeah.
this is, it's
Very,
serious.
very concerning.
You can roll insight if you like, yeah.
11.
I'm just gonna do it anyways.
Okay. Renata, Aria, and that's it.
Renata and Arya are on this.
Renaria.
Persh is concerned.
Persh is concerned.
As you all enter, Persh looks up at you all and he says, "Could you imagine my surprise when I find out an artifact is being looked after by, well, firstly, a herald of Varian, but also a champion of the same god is here in town, searching for something that might have stirred up."
Is that champion a
convenient.
halfling?
No? Maybe?
Okay.
I don't think so.
I saw a halfling woman when we.
They're pretty common, Renata.
She made eye contact with me in a gesture. And I don't think she was hitting on me.
Okay. This relic, I know you were sent there at behest of our client, Vale Thorn. Tabernac has been looking into the things the Collegium has been looking for. All sorts of old artifacts and items that might have been lost at sea. He seems to believe this might have something to do with something he already has. And so I'd really like it if you could all go have a conversation with him and make sure you have it with you.
I will make sure that I have it with me.
Yes, why did you say it like that?
No, echo. I am checking
It's
my
just-
pocket.
Patting her pocket.
Oh, yes, you still have it.
Okay. I got worried for a second.
We should go straight there then, yes?
Mhm.
Yep.
I'll be waiting for a report.
You got it.
Oh, I wonder what Tabernac has.
Is this not the time to ask about the faceless?
What?
We can ask
No.
Tabernac.
We can ask Tabernac.
Faceless what?
Faceless crew of a ship that we saw on our way back.
The only instance I've heard of faceless is around the actions of a face flare.
They pilot ships?
No,
Then it's probably not that.
How long has the champion of Arian been in town?
I just heard about it this morning.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Renata, was that ship traveling in roughly the same direction we were?
I don't think so. We would have. No, I don't think that ship was carrying a champion. I think Varian may have asked a champion to come to Ferrum, knowing that we were going there as well.
Alright,
Realizing we were mercenaries.
we should go.
Right.
Mhm.
Head up the tower. Go talk to Tabernacle. I'll be here.
Aye.
Too soon.
If you go to Tabernacle's classroom,
Go to time next classroom.
okay.
Hi, buddy.
Okay, so
Arya still has not unnotched her bow, even in the Meriguard
ready to go.
Academy.
Guys, like, what are you doing?
I don't trust it.
Don't trust who?
One.
Who don't you trust?
I don't trust it.
Oh, well, are you gonna shoot it?
Maybe.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, even the herald of a god isn't gonna come marching in here lightly.
the
A champion.
East Tower of the Mariguard Academy. Walls of curved glass, spell-scripted banners drifting on magical breezes, a chaotic but welcoming study full of enchanted curiosities, floating scrolls, mismatched armchairs, and thousands upon thousands of books, lining shelves in between various tables where hopeful students study and test themselves, trying to become the Mariguard's newest wizarding contractors. All of this sits above Tabernacle's lair. Tabernacle, the adult brass dragon, coiled up on his stage above his sitting room. Typically, as you all enter this room, you all notice there is a deep, low hum. Barely audible at first, a glowing sphere embedded in a twisted brass frame is perched on a shelf behind Tabernacle's massive stage, and you all hear it as it begins to vibrate faintly, and wisps of golden light drift upward like candle smoke. Tabernacle, in his draconic form, is on his stage, loafing, as dragons often do, and there is a roll of parchment in front of him, with a quill writing upon it that he's not actually touching. That's new. Either you've brought a pocket plane into my tower, or the gilded curator just woke up after 300 years of sulking.
The what now?
He turns, looking up at you all. Hold still. No. Don't hold still. Keep moving. Let it resonate. Let it sing. And he's
They
looking
call
at
it
you,
a
Spring.
key. Are you sure you want?
Can I look at this mechanism? Does it seem like there's a place for the medallion in this mechanism behind him?
Not at all. Not even a little.
Okay.
It looks like a ball in like a brass framework that is closely tied to it. It doesn't look like there's any room for anything. But the ball in the sphere is spinning with golden smoke
Springfield.
rising from it.
Springfield.
Spring,
better
I
about
think
that.
the wizard wants you to dance.
No,
I'm
just
she will immediately.
do you feel that? That pressure change? That's not magic, it's intent. That is artifact behavior. That is conversation level resonance. He gestures, and a wave of light pushes like the furniture aside in the conversation area, and it just whoosh, creates like a big open space as a tea tray lifts off of the table instead of spilling. And he changes into his human form right in front of you. Which, for those of you who haven't seen it, he takes this kind of balding, middle-aged human-looking form with like the famous horseshoe hair, bald on top, and large spectacles and a brown, long robes. And eyes, shining brass. Show me, please. Let me see this that you've brought.
Spring lifts it out of her pocket. Carefully.
As soon as you lift it out of your pocket and it is uncovered, the sphere pulses again, faster, and faint ripples spread across its surface like water reacting to distant thunder. By the burning sands. I haven't seen this kind of feedback since the Caladrin invasion. Which I caused, obviously, on purpose. But this is old, not ancient empire old. This is carved before words old. Where exactly did you find this?
Bottom of the ocean.
Ocean.
In the bay.
That is not exact.
Oh, we have a map. The
The
one with the
client-
circles on it.
The client was looking for old stuff and was specifically looking for, like, there were divine ruins.
Yes,
You're
all
right.
right. This is not important. This is reacting to this. And he taps the glowing, spinning sphere. Which I found wedged into the base of a statue beneath an island that's not on any modern chart. It's not magical in the traditional sense. It doesn't cast any magic. It doesn't store any magic. It just remembers. Which is what made me keep it. And
That's why it has a magical signature but doesn't feel like a magical item.
Remember what?
I've always suspected it was part of a set. An ensemble, you see, like ritual anchors or planetary seals. And yours confirms
It's an
that to
abyssal.
me.
It's an abyssal seal.
It's the key to a
This
seal.
abyssal seal. But there's nothing infernal or abyssal about this. This would be stinking of fiendish magic if it was to seal the abyss.
Maybe
thought
it
that
means
too.
abyss in the sense of deep ocean.
Varian
Maybe.
wanted it too.
For reasons that we're not sure about.
Well, there's a theory among the more paranoid wizards, myself included, obviously, that some things in the world are not kept in place by spells, but by mutual agreements. Layers of bindings spread out so that no one piece holds too much power. Like a net, not a chain.
So it's bad that we have it because it's been disturbed from where it was?
Perhaps this might be a net strand, and I don't know what they were meant to catch, but they were definitely not meant to be moved. And now that one has, the others might not stay quiet.
The map called this the first key, which implies that there are more.
If,
It
well,
was in a ship. If it was in a ship, it was already moving.
yes.
We weren't the ones who initially disturbed it. Something did, and we ended up in its path.
If this one is awake, someone or something is rattling the others.
You should tell him.
You should tell me about the strange individual. Your thoughts are really blurred, ma'am. Please, focus.
Please don't read my thoughts.
Then keep them quiet in here.
I thought I was.
What were you going
Poorly.
to say, Arya?
Didn't it change?
It did.
Did you tell
It
him?
looked one way, and now it looks like another.
It looked, I'm gonna magical tinkering, like an, a
Screenshot.
picture. Yeah, I'm gonna do artificer screenshot before or after.
If I had to bet who might be foolish enough to try to play with an ancient magical net, I'd put a coin on a certain chaotic nautical divine who doesn't understand what a no trespassing ward means.
Yeah, he showed up. His golden wake showed up to try to take as soon as we got.
Oh, of course that's what this is. If he's found any other of these before you did, then he knows, or he thinks he knows. And if he's trying to break a pattern, if he's trying to pull them together, then we have a real problem. Because this is not just a relic. They're part of a system, a containment lattice. You pull one out, the rest get unstable. If you break all of them, we don't even know what happens, because nobody's ever been that stupid.
Are they
But
like
something was
ley lines
unleashed.
in that way? Sorry.
One at a time.
Go ahead, Scythe.
Something is unleashed.
Or will be. But what? We need to find out what these were holding, or what they are holding, or what they're there for.
But they remember.
Look.
If it's a seal to something, doesn't that imply that it's keeping something in?
One would assume.
The crazy captain who was influenced by this thing was writing about a city that's real, that he knows is real.
And would make him a.
We have the crazy book. Spring, I believe you have it. The
Yeah,
ramblings. Might as
she
well
has
let
the-
him see them.
She will show him the.
I will research this. I will try to use this resonance between these two, yours and mine together, to find the next seal. I don't know how many there are.
Will it be safe here? Do you need us to help? Like, there's a champion in town.
I don't
Should
think we should be carrying it anymore, if at all
Here's the stuff.
possible.
I have a vault. I can keep it within. It would be safe with me for a period of time, but eventually I cannot keep something like this hidden from a god for forever.
But even if you find another seal, you said that they shouldn't be taken, disturbed, but
It will be worse if the forces of the man trying to break them gets a hold of them.
So we're supposed to protect the ones that are in place still? And maybe put this one back?
Look, we can't know more until we know specifically what they're for. We are only working with what we have. Also, the motives of Varian are only known by his champions.
So we should talk to the one in town?
I don't want to talk to this champion. The last one almost killed us.
Tabernacle. What should we tell the client?
Nothing.
I think Persh will probably tell us what we need to tell him. We didn't find anything. Oops.
We didn't find anything. Sorry, nothing's done.
Are we still
But
getting
they're,
paid?
I mean, of course we're getting paid. We'll make sure that we still get paid. But the scientists, these are people that are out for information. I don't think they're going to just stop sailing ships because we said we didn't find anything.
It might be that the Collegium would be on our side in this, because they stumble across old artifacts and ruins constantly, and they often have old secrets buried deep beneath the sea. It might be that they would work with us if they have any more information.
Do you have
And
connections
perhaps
there? Do you
advising
know
them.
No, they're all very snobby and boring.
But we did find a number of zombie crewmen, which would be relevant, and they should probably be warned.
Yes. Regardless, they will find out about one thing or another through the hands of Persh. He is the one delicate enough to handle these matters. I will defer to him as to how to handle the client. it is not my problem, really. What I think matters the most right now is that I use this resonance to find where the next seal might be. It won't be precise. These are not coordinates. They are sympathetic echoes, like musical notes reverberating across a vast hall. And as he's talking, he's already like beginning to inscribe golden runes in the air, trying to identify the ones that he's hearing. Come back in a day or two, and I will have a direction, a place to start, and possibly tea that does not taste like starfish.
Tabernacle, can I help?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Why does
Can I
your
at
tea-
least watch? It's a cool machine.
You wash. I suppose just keep your thoughts quiet.
Let's go, Arya.
Wait, where are we going?
Tabernacle has already like mentally dismissed you.
We aren't going to accomplish much just standing around here.
Well, no, I was thinking about seeing Treat.
Why does this tea taste like starfish?
Who knows?
Ari's asking the real questions here. The real mysteries. I think we should pursue that. Starfish tea.
I think we should split up in this case then to cover more ground, right?
Should we talk to that champion?
I'm still here. Conversation. Why are you all here? Go. I am focusing.
Let's go.
Okay. Arya will follow Guy out.
Okay.
I'll follow everybody out.
Same.
You all leave
Like,
Tabernacle's
bother me.
classroom.
I thought Spring wanted to
Except
watch.
for Spring, if Spring wishes to stay.
Spring does want to like resolve. Spring wants to get paid more than she wants to watch the cool machine.
That's
It
fair.
is a clear internal battle on her face. She eventually.
Okay, so are we going back to Persh first and then going to talk
I
to
think
Treat?
so. I think
Let's
we
go to
should
Persh
tell
first.
him
Okay.
what
Let's do that.
Tabernacle has told us and see what his advisement is.
Okay,
Fair.
so you return to the front desk as Persh is waiting. As you arrive, he looks up again and says, "Please tell me you have good news."
I don't know.
Define good.
We
It did not sound good.
gave it
Okay.
to Tabernacle. Tabernacle has an excellent machine that is resonating with it. He said it was an artifact. He said that it's not good if Varian gets his hands on it. But he can keep it safe here for a while.
Okay.
He needs to understand what it's for, what it does, what it's holding back or keeping at bay before we can even really determine what we're supposed to do with it.
Well, he told us
But
to
it's-
come back in a couple of days and he'd point us at the next one, which sounds like not
Ugh.
paying work to me. It sounds like
Well, it sounds
heroics.
like to me. First,
Right. Persh, like,
Also,
is
Collegium might
rubbing
be
the
able to
bridge of his
help.
nose. Huh?
So you might want to.
Right, he did mention the Collegium might be interested in aiding information-wise if we kind of elaborate.
I am also not inclined to tell them too much, though, on the other hand, so I don't know.
It's kind of a toss-up of do we trust them enough to let them know, and if they don't know enough, how can they help us?
I mean, technically, what they sent us to do was find their captain and that.
It's not about settling the job now. It's about do they have information to help us stop a calamity?
Help us what?
It is,
And if
It
the
is
Meriguard
also-
is
no,
going
it
to
is-
stop the calamity,
And if it's our responsibility to do so.
it is in
There
fact
you go.
also about the job, though. I would like
Well,
to
of
point
course. I mean,
All right. I will have a conversation with Vale Thorn right around lunchtime. I will expect you all back here at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. By that time, I will have a solution as to whether we handle this with the Collegium or if we follow these leads that Tabernacle has decided to dive into. I understand that sometimes our wizardly instructor gets a little bit ahead of themselves as far as artifacts and relics go. That being said, there might be a real problem here. If there is a real problem on our shores, then we will have to handle it ourselves. One way or the other, you all will be getting paid for your work on this job. We've already received the bounty from the Collegium for taking the job. So, that's the benefit of working for the Mariguard. We can pay you whether or not it goes to plan or not, assuming that all prerequisite requirements are met. So, right now, I need all of you to make yourself scarce. At least until I've had a conversation with our client. So.
Double checking. We shouldn't go try to talk to this champion, right? Until we know more?
Why would we do that?
Why would you want to?
I don't know, Renata. Why would we go do that?
I didn't suggest that.
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
Yeah, that would be.
You literally did.
Yeah.
I don't
You
remember that.
literally did. Yes.
And the
that's
player literally doesn't remember that.
That
I
is
believe you.
Either.
I believe you, but okay.
I think you asked, should we talk to the champion? Not saying you wanted to.
I definitely didn't want to.
But I don't think we should until we
Okay.
know what we're doing with.
Yes,
I'm
we
willing to
definitely-
defer to wiser minds.
I agree. We shouldn't.
Inside check.
I don't care what you do, so long as you don't have a conversation with Vale Thorn before I do.
No, of course not.
Nope.
You're gonna talk to him, Aaron? I rolled a 14.
Nope.
Aw.
Definitely not going to talk to him.
Oh, oh, good. Whew. So the first time she's missed something in a while. She's really trying to.
Not
trust
going
him.
to. Considering.
Alright,
Definitely not considering speaking.
Arya looks at Guy and kind of jerks her head like, hey, he said to make us ourselves
leave.
scarce.
Okay, bye.
They leave. They have places to go.
Okay,
Apartments to see.
I guess I'll go to treat myself.
Yeah, I have no idea why you're going to treat, so go off.
She'll
Okay.
go to treat.
Okay.
I'm just going to take a walk around the city.
Oh no.
I was gonna head to the Temple of Ana, actually.
Wow.
Is that through the city? Because I'll walk with you.
It's in the north side of the city.
Mind if I walk with you?
I don't mind.
All right. I'll walk with you.
Okay, so Spring, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go up to the workshop and hang out with Widget and do some crafting.
Okay. And Arya and Guy, what are you guys doing?
Gonna go check on their stuff, their apartment.
We're making ourselves scarce, which means we will just go disperse into the city
Okay,
and bitch about things.
sure. We're
Talk
gonna
about
start then
Gossip
with.
about the other party members.
We'll start then with Renata going to talk to Treat because that's the closest.
Hmm.
The cleric classroom is, as you remember it, half of it is dedicated to martial training, the other half is lined with books, and then the corner is filled with every shrine, every god available. You see that Treat is there, and there are a couple students at work at the desks in the corner of the classroom. Treat looks up to see you enter. Hello, Renata. How may I help you?
I seek some guidance.
Very well. As you were, he says to the two that were basically asking him questions. I assume this is to do with a mission.
Yes. It wasn't expected or intentional, but our team recently found ourselves in not so good graces with Varian.
The Pirate King.
I'm wondering perhaps how vengeful he may be. How best I can protect my teammates.
Well, that depends. If you insulted him to his face.
Is refusing to give something to an emissary of his insulting him to his face?
Well...
And then fighting those emissaries until they went back to the plane from whence they came.
The Pirate King might respect that sort of defiance and rebellion. He might understand. However, he might also take it personally.
What would you make of the tolling of bells after his emissaries were vanquished?
I imagine that had something to do with his demiplane. Likely the sounds of celestials crossing into the prime material.
Was the bell on the door when they went home? Ding ding.
Is it coming into our plane or leaving?
Either. Both. There's no way to
Well,
know.
If it happened after they were vanquished,
One would
the
assume
number-
when they were returning.
the number of tolls did equal the number that appeared.
Then that seems to make sense to me.
So if we heard a similar sound, we could interpret that one has appeared?
You
or
could.
More, however many?
Or perhaps they were using it as a means of intimidation. And
It
should
did
they
work for
decide
some of
not
us.
to intimidate you, they might do it quietly. Celestial magic has a tendency to be dramatic.
Yes. I was... Sorry, I heard a noise and it distracted me.
Mhm.
There is a champion of Varian in town, coincidentally, after this event has occurred.
Coincidentally.
I imagine that they may have some business with us.
Probably.
Would you advise against interacting with them?
If they are known, if it's common knowledge they are here, they probably won't start anything in the town.
Right.
They are likely looking for you, maybe to talk, or try to make some sort of agreement.
That's what I thought. If they made themselves known, it's like they're just waiting to have a conversation with us.
Or they are so bold as to assume they can overpower the guard in Ferrum, which that may be the case.
One champion?
It's never just a champion. A champion always has a coterie.
Right. So
How often do you find a lone paladin walking through the streets?
I can't say that's happened frequently to
It
me.
doesn't happen.
Okay. Should I advise my team to steer clear unless we're all together?
I would.
Well, I hope none of them have decided to go talk to him.
You might want to get an idea as to if your team is likely to do that on their own. I'm aware you are of a recent assignment to this squad, but from what I've heard at the staff meetings, they were not so reckless.
Well, I have a theory. I should get on that.
Good luck, Miss Metaxas.
Thank you for your advisement.
As you were, and he turns and goes back to the students. Okay. Aaron and Sive. The two of you are heading towards the Temple of Ana. Okay. Interesting. Is there a thing you want to do as you head there? Is there a specific purpose, or are you just popping to have a look-see?
Well, Scythe is going because she wants to burn something at the Temple of Ana as a kind of reaction to her memory flashback last night. And I think that Aaron is coming because he wanted to go for a walk with a very large bodyguard.
The two of you roll me a perception, please.
That's that good.
Don't worry about it. You know where the Temple of Ana is, so the two of you head that way. It is just outside the gates on the north side of town. The Temple of Ana is a beautiful temple. Largely made of white marble with all sorts of strange veins of what may be ebony or burnt wood running through it. And as you enter, you see there is a huge statue of a woman. It dominates most of the far side of the temple, and you see the woman is holding a sphere. In one hand, she holds the sphere up as if she's pinching it, and the other, you see she's pressing her thumbs into the face of the sphere. Her hair is an eternal flame that glows up and reaches into the roof, the ceiling of the temple. And within the Temple of Ana, there usually is not many people visiting the Temple of Ana. She's kind of a very specific goddess. But as you enter, the clerics are there. Some of them are speaking to other worshippers, and another young paladin, a halfling, with fiery red hair, looks up at you as you enter, the two of you. Contractors! You here to make an offering or ask for some guidance?
I wish to make an offering.
Perfect. And she just gestures to the statue and steps back. The ceremonial greatsword she carries just thumps into the ground as she resumes her at-ease posting. Rise, have you ever been in a temple?
Don't think so.
Okay. You notice some things about this temple. First, as you enter, there's almost this dwindling sensation in the back of your mind. As if something is pushed at bay. This is the only place you've ever felt that.
Oh. Something is pushed at bay. I think I would test that out and be like, just because I see this fire statue and just be like, wow, she is much hotter than you are, Turn.
You don't hear anything.
Turn.
Do you try and reach out to her?
No, I wouldn't be trying to reach out to her. I would just be like, she's usually always watching.
She's usually right at your shoulder, but right now she's not.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's nice. Take your time, Scythe.
Scythe kind of glances at him, and then she moves toward the statue, the altar.
You see the offerings, the way this works. The statue of Ana appears to wear a long, slim dress. The hem of it, the edge of it, is just flame that climbs up. Eternal flame in a perfect ring around where the statue touches the ground. And you see ashes along the hem of other offerings people have left for Ana.
Scythe kind of stands there for a moment, and then she pulls from her back. She has an array of javelins on her back, and she pulls one of them out, and she kind of turns it, and she says, "This was once a tree. Part of it was once a tree. And she kind of glances over her shoulder at Aaron again, and then she moves forward to slowly incinerate the javelin in the road fire of Ana. And while she's doing this, the light in her eyes kind of shudders for a second as she focuses inward. And she tries to articulate in words what she's doing here, but she's not very good at that. And she's the loss and the memory and a new thing forged from ash. That's me, a new thing forged from ash. And she pushes the javelin the rest of the way into the fire.
As the javelin melts, as it goes into the flames, a phrase, weirdly uttered, comes from the paladin who greeted you. One of the clerics also speaks. From ashes, new life emerges. Never fear the end, for it is the beginning of something new. You, Scythe, feel a cleansing warmth pass into your fingertips, a warmth that you don't feel often. You are aware of when things are hot or cold and when things are dangerously, like scorching or painfully icy. But now you just feel a pleasant warmth, a feeling that you haven't felt as long as you can remember. It's as though your very veins thaw, pressing up from your fingers, up through your arms, to your shoulders, to your neck. You feel this unwavering sensation of comfort and heat. As it happens, you also feel reassured. You are blessed for 24 hours.
Damn.
Hashtag blessed.
Okay, cool.
That's what happens.
Thank you. Aaron,
Yeah.
was there something you wanted to do?
I'm just coming with you. Can I actually roll an insight and see if sight is, I don't know. I just like, would she be feeling different from being blessed? Like, I know she doesn't have a facial expression, but like,
I mean, she's not completely inexpressive just because she doesn't
Yeah.
have it. So,
I just
Yeah,
wanna-
you can roll insight.
I just want to see if he would.
You rolled well enough. What do you think he would read on Scythe's face?
Scythe is it's a little like having received her first hug after having been touch starved for a really long time. And she is not quite tearing up, but just sort of on the verge, like a little vulnerable.
Okay.
Aaron, next to you, that halfling paladin with fiery red hair like bumps you with the hilt of her greatsword. Why don't you try and say something? The heavens blaze hears all. And she loves you.
God. She loves me. I've never talked to a god before.
I envy you.
What do you say to him?
Whatever you like.
Hmm.
But if you want to hear back, make sure it's something that matters to you.
Will do. Hey, Side, you mind if I go up there real quick?
Of course I don't.
Okay. So Aaron will approach and try to quiet himself and figure out what he's supposed to do. And somebody said it's supposed to mean something to him. He doesn't really have much that he would burn, per se, but he'll walk up and as quietly as he can, so hopefully Sides doesn't hear. He would just say, "Thank you for whatever you just did. I think she needed that."
As you say that, roll me a charisma plus proficiency roll.
What the hell's my proficiency? I always forget. 3 charisma plus proficiency. Okay. Okay, I got a. Fuck, I'll just add it manually. +3. So 26.
Jesus.
26.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're looking up at this statue as you say this. This statue that is the form of a beautiful woman wearing a long dress. And as you're looking at it, the dress appears to be, it is gray, slate gray stone statue. But the forms of it, the shapes of it, it looks as though the dress itself is made of magma and her hair is composed of flames itself. And as you say this, you cannot help but feel as though fiery orange eyes look down at you. And as you say thanks, as you give thanks for what Scythe just received, you feel impossible heat. An impossible scorching sensation that does not hurt. You feel as though your flesh should burn and melt away for just a moment, but somehow it doesn't hurt. It's the strangest sensation you've ever felt. And you realize someone is cupping your cheek. And you hear, as if a whisper in your ear, "She is one of mine. I would do for her what I would do for any of you. There is no thanks."
Can I respond?
You can try. What do you say?
It's much different than I've ever known. Is
You
this what you're all like?
She genuinely, you hear a small, quiet laugh. "No. We are as flawed as any of you. None perfect." And then you feel like a scorching press of something soft on your jawbone just above your cheek. And then it's gone. A lingering heat from the kiss.
Aaron's gonna stand there for another second, just kind of shaking his head and smiling, and just turn back the biggest, goofiest grin aside. And I don't know, weirdly seeing her thing, he's just gonna bump her and try to throw an arm around her shoulders, realizing he can't reach that high, and it's just kind of mid back, and just be like, "You ready to get going? This was nice."
Yes.
I think she kissed me. Erin's gonna be so pissed. Oh, this is gonna suck when I walk out of this place. Yeah,
You cheated on me?
yeah. I'm glad you're here for it. Hope you found what you were looking for.
I don't know what I expected, but I'm not sorry. Let's go.
Okay. I guess we'll start walking out.
Okay. Arya and Guy.
R-E-I.
As they leave, and they're heading towards a different direction, by the way, because their apartment is in like the middle of Ferrum Market.
Mm-hmm.
Arya will turn to Guy and ask hotcakes. Like, this is something she asks him often.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Guy will nod and kind of but we'll kind of duck out of the way for a minute, and then we'll go to get hotcakes with Arya as a fairly tall halfling girl with dishwater blonde hair. You know, just to make them a little harder to
Sure.
spot.
You take a different form.
Mhm.
As you head towards the market looking for hotcakes, you do pass a stall, a vendor that you have seen many times, not selling hotcakes, but instead selling trolley cakes.
That works.
Which
You know what a trolley cake is?
a
Which is
trolley
hotcake.
cake? A trolley cake is a large fried donut cake that is filled with vanilla custard and then caramelized on the outsides and fried again.
Decadent. We could split one.
Dicky don't.
As the vendor like sees the two of you and he just says, "Trolley cakes, 2 for a silver. Come get one."
2 for silver. How much is it compared to hotcakes?
I mean, hotcakes
I
are
need
like,
to know this for my roleplay.
well, a trolley cake is like a big round thing, and trolley cakes are, or hotcakes are like literally pancakes, so you can get
Yeah.
you can get more hotcakes for the quantity for the price.
These are like eclairs,
But they wouldn't have custard.
but like donuts.
They're a little bit expensive though.
Yeah, but they're good as fuck.
we get
Hey, you're not
Hey.
here, Renata.
Well, here's mind you.
I'm arguing with Guy, not with you. Actually, girl, right now.
Girly, we're getting paid. What's the
As you guys
deal?
are having this conversation, a guy walks up and says, "I'll take 2," and just like puts a silver on and walks off with 2 steaming
see, we
hot
can't.
trolley cakes.
Listen, we're not poorer than that guy. And
Can I
girl
sleight
will.
of hand take one of his silvers? That guy that just
Oh my God, Arya!
It's
the
right in
counter?
front of the guy. Like,
Don't do it,
She's
Arya.
good.
you can
No,
try.
Arya, do it. You do
not
what you're
the
gonna
silver on the counter. The guy that's getting his
Oh,
hot
you're gonna try to pickpocket him.
do.
Yes.
Okay.
Cut
Yeah,
his
you can
purse.
try.
Cut his purse.
First, it's going to be a stealth check,
Okay.
which is at disadvantage because it's the middle of the day and you're out in the middle of the street in front of a vendor.
That's okay. 21.
21. Reliable talent.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, roll me sleight of hand.
At disadvantage.
Yeah. No, this
normal?
isn't disadvantage. This is straight roll.
Okay.
Well, guys, passive perception is pretty fucking low. So, girl just gets a silver out and goes to buy 2 shots.
Roll me a D100, please.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh. Sorry.
We both die. Yeah, I guess I didn't know. Who was supposed to? Probably you. I'm just buying a cake.
31. Okay, you cut a purse, you fish your fingers into it, and you pluck something out.
Sorry, guys. I'm not the hero.
31. Okay, hold on.
I am not the
Let's see
hero.
what you got.
It's a.
Okay. You like it's something leather, and you're pretty sure it's probably it's got something hard in it. You're pretty sure it's coin when you close your fingers around it and you pull it out, and then you look down in your hand. It's a dried out honeycomb.
Wow. Why are you so cheap?
She'll put it in her pocket.
Okay, you steal that guy's honeycomb.
Oh,
he
toy.
was walking around with it. It must be good for a snack later.
Yeah, he was asking for it. If you think about it the right way.
Really was.
By the
She'll
way, Hellfrog, you rolled a salted lizard impaled on a stick.
No, I wanted trolley cakes, but okay.
That's
that would have been awesome.
That's
if
what
she
they would have rolled and pulled out of the pocket. Yeah.
A fucking lizard sickle.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Guy's got weird snacks on him.
For real.
Weird snack.
Now
No,
I'm
he had a
down
dried out
trolley cake.
honeycomb. That's okay.
The
So
lizard.
the vendor's like looking at the two of you and he's like, "Are you gonna buy something? Or
Yeah, I'm
can
trying.
you get
Here,
out of?"
take my money.
Oh.
Take my money.
All right, okay. And he takes your money, and then he provides you 2 fresh, hot. Just they smell like caramelized sugar as they hand over to you.
Arya promises to pay Guy back later.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just gives Arya a cake without any.
So each cake is like set in like a wax parchment holding paper, and you see why immediately because as you're holding it, your fingers kind of squish into it, and custard just out the sides just a little bit, and it's warm.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, Arya's gonna lick the custard. And
Okay.
then go towards the apartment.
If you eat a trolley cake, you are granted advantage on initiative for the next 8 hours
Let's get in a fight.
because of the sugar rush that thing gives you.
Nice.
Next 8 hours? Damn, so much sugar.
Yeah, now Guy is chattering excitedly as they go.
You are also one more stage towards diabetes.
Hell yeah. Live fast, die young.
As you're heading towards your apartment, which you've described as towards the middle, I need you both to roll me perception.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. 7.
Arya.
I fucking love that min 10 shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, reliable talent's good shit.
Arya, you catch a glimpse of someone that strikes you as slightly out of place. Not entirely. You've seen people like this around here before, only this one strikes you as a little weird because he's wearing like a robe that has what looks like starfish on it. He's leaning against
That
a
comes from
building.
the ocean. The ocean's bad right now.
Ocean is bad right now.
Oh my god.
You see this sea elf standing off the market square, and you notice he's looked at you several times in the last few moments.
Arya's gonna try to direct girls' attention towards the sea elf subtly, and then
This is what he looks like.
Okay. Well, Girls-
spooky.
is on a sugar rush and is playing this off, and so she's like, "Oh, is he flirting with you?" And she will look at this elf and like give him a little finger wiggle, like, "Ooh."
When you guys look at him and like wave, he steps away from the wall and looks at you, and then just nods.
Hey, girly up
What's up?
nods. Like, what's up? And kind of out of the side of her mouth to Arya. It's like, was this guy following us?
he's been watching. We should not go home.
Well, maybe he thinks you're cute.
He's a sea elf.
I don't know what that means.
Racist.
He's
Like,
from the
like a
sea.
stealth? Like,
He might.
Oh.
He might worship
Oh.
He's a seal.
Durian.
He's from the
I
sea.
mean, I mean, maybe. Maybe. Maybe that's the champion. Except no, because he's alone, right? That's probably just
Yeah. I don't think he's the
mugger.
champion. I just think he's some random worshiper of Varian, and they're
stalker. I
I
mean,
mean,
he's
just guys living his
definitely
life.
he's from back home because he's from the sea.
So you guys are pretty
Yeah.
damn close to him.
Oh, okay. Well, we
Can
are
we be
good at
walking?
speaking amongst ourselves.
Can we be walking a little bit away
Yeah,
as
yeah,
we
of course.
talking
If
though?
you're going, I go with you.
If you walk away from him, yeah, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Does he follow?
No.
Okay.
Is he still there when I look back?
Yeah.
But what if I look back a second time?
He's still there. He just
Okay.
kind of
These girls are
leans
weird.
back against the wall.
I mean, so what do you want to do? Walk around in circles for an hour? Let's just go see what's up. Should go
With
talk
the
to him.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay. You talk.
All right. Okay. We're gonna turn that way and head over there. Hey.
Didn't think you'd come this way. Guess I owe Maeve calling.
Maeve? Do we know Maeve? We don't know Maeve.
You don't know Maeve. He doesn't. He's not like looking at you all the way. He's kind of looking down the street,
Yeah.
and you see next to him, right inside this street, is like a fountain that's half drained. He's just kind of
Huh?
chilling. It looks like.
Why are you placing bets on where we're walking? I mean, I know my friend is cute. If you want to talk to her.
Arya
Well.
like wrinkles her nose a little bit, but she doesn't say anything.
You've touched it. I can smell the shimmer on you. That flavor doesn't wash off easy.
Oh.
Yeah.
He looks at Ari. He's like, right, you were right. Yeah. This is he is from the sea. Okay, well. Yeah.
We don't have it.
We touch a lot of things in our line of work.
No, just don't worry. I'm not here to take it.
It's good because we
You
don't have
couldn't.
it. Because we don't have it.
Okay.
Alright, well. Damn. Where's Maeve? I'm gonna look the way that he was looking.
She's
Do I see
around.
another sea elf?
No.
Fucking halfling, bet.
Maybe.
Out of
Okay.
curiosity, you think the gods are asleep at the wheel? Or is this what happens when they look too closely at something they're afraid of?
What do you mean by this? You mean, the weird thing in the bay?
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, I don't think they're asleep at the wheel necessarily. I think they're probably playing games that we don't comprehend.
Do you think they even care?
Oh, they care.
I know one of them does.
More than one.
Hmm,
Guys, a girl smiles.
I don't think so.
I don't think yours cares either.
I think mine cares more than most.
What does a god care about?
You don't even know what's happening, do you?
No.
Oh, that's another coin to Maeve.
Arya really does not like being laughed at.
Kill
She
her.
like she like wrinkles her nose and like reaches for an arrow for a second, and then like she makes herself not.
Oh, you threaten like someone who thinks lines matter. Borders, names and rules. And past
That's all.
rules.
That's all that matters to mortals.
Alright, well, don't cut yourself on all that edge there, buddy.
Fuck me.
That's good advice.
It is. Anyway, All right. Well, have a nice one.
You too.
And to Arya, girl will be like, so does that mean that Maeve was the one that thought we were smarter or stupider? I guess if he owes her the coin, she was betting against us.
Nah.
Huh?
No. She thought you
Oh.
knew.
Oh. All right. Well, my apologies then to her for losing her that money.
Why you think the dead at sea are so quiet?
Ooh. That kind of gives girl a pause. Yeah.
Arya definitely like her eyes widen, and she stares at him.
Yeah, I know the look. You hear 'em all, don't you? But not out there. There's nothing out there.
And you know where they went?
No. But Varian does.
How
Make sure you're on the right side before you jump to any conclusions.
how would we do that?
Ask questions. To the right people. Or look for yourself.
Good advice in return.
I'm a font of information.
Learning that about you. A font. She laughs and like elbows Arya. Like, I just got it. That was good. That was good.
Because he's liquid.
You're quick as you look.
I think he's actually flirting with you.
You're not my type.
What's your name?
Well, Blevins. Cold Hand Blevins.
Cold Hand Blevins. That's
Cold
a cool name.
Hand?
Why do I feel like someone not here just got appalled by my name?
Some
That
people
was
take
appalled.
offense to everything.
That's fine.
The ghosts aren't quiet on lands.
Never. Now,
Who would we talk to? Maeve?
probably not, if you can find her.
Challenge.
But Tala still thinks that there's something to you, so you can talk to her when she shows up.
Talus. Alright.
Now, if you don't mind, I got more brooding to do, so if y'all could just
Yeah, we'll leave. Yeah, sorry. We'll leave you to that. I don't
Mhm.
want
enjoy your trolley
Ruin
cakes
vibe.
there.
to. I'm choking.
Arya
Choking on my
Arya-
trolley.
Arya offers him the dried honeycomb and then leaves with
I don't want your garbage.
it's too late. She already handed it off.
He didn't take it from you. It's just
Just
it's
drops
on the
off.
ground.
Girl like looks back and kind of gives like
I'm
an
just kidding.
apologetic shrug.
She would not drop it. I'm just kidding. She did just offer it and then she'll put it back in her pocket. And
Yeah,
she'll shrug
you
too.
hold it out. He's just like, no.
She's don't worry, she's fine. She's fine.
He just nods and leans back against the wall, as if that didn't happen.
It was something sweet for your brooding.
I mean,
No,
she's
it's
gonna-
not. It's
as
dried and gross. There's lint in it. I don't want that.
Like as they're walking away, girl's like, "Where did you even get that? What is that? Is that a pot? Like, what is that? Is that a corn cob?"
You can brush the lint off, and
She will brush the lint off and like
Oh,
pop
what?
it in her mouth for a
No,
second.
no.
It
Girl tries to
tastes
snatch
like
it out of her hand.
it tastes like wax.
I actually like honeycomb, by the way.
I like honeycomb too, but not
do. I
nasty
love
pocket
honeycomb.
honeycomb.
It's
from a
dried out.
stranger.
Like it's not.
Okay, it's gonna be fun.
else it would have been so sticky.
You have this perfectly good trolley cake, and you're shoving a garbage
know.
honeycomb in your mouth.
That you paid for, even.
Now girl is choking on her trolley cake for real.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
Okay. My cheeks hurt. Right.
I wonder who Talith is. I wonder if that's the champion.
Spring. You said
Yes.
you're crafting.
Well, it occurred to me that I don't have a lot of money to do that with. How much will it run me to make a cloak of many fashions?
Okay, hold on. Let me see what that even is.
Sorry, I can actually.
I got it. Don't you worry. Just
Okay.
mostly need to know what its value is.
It's a common item.
You can make it with 25 gold worth of materials.
Amazing. That is what I will do.
You do that.
And it's gonna be. I mean, Spring loves. I mean, she's an artist. She loves acting. She has her little handkerchief around. She does this. She keeps her head down. She acknowledges Widget, but I think that like mostly her relationship with Widget is they acknowledge each other and then they craft things.
Sure.
I don't know if Widget's even there.
Widget is there because Widget is always there. This
Yeah.
cautious halfling covered in gadgetry who never actually touches anything with her bare hands.
Yep.
As Widget is there teaching her students, you're also there using the workshop. You spend, a couple hours making this wondrous item.
Mm-hmm.
It's well within your purview. You don't even have to roll. You just spend the cost.
It's a beautiful, I mean, the whole point of it is that it can change color a little bit. It's a cloak. And when Spring finishes with it, it does have the AA symbol on it, but it's not as prominent as on her. It's kind of like more tasteful, like, just sort of like on the side of it. And right now it looks like a deep black satin. And that has like little hood. And she'll put it over her arm and she will pace back and forth. She'll acknowledge Widget as she leaves, and then she'll pace in front of Mariguard, waiting for her party to return.
Yeah, I think everybody would eventually show up. We can expedite things a little bit. You all do finish your personal business, going to the temple, speaking with Treat, going to your apartment to eat trolley cakes, and then returning to the Meriguard.
As guy. Nobody else sees me as a non-guy.
Okay.
As girl. Guys, we should definitely not talk to any of the emissaries of Varian until we get, like, our things
Who?
sorted.
We decided that already, right?
I know, but I'm just making sure.
Definitely
Like,
decided that.
I have spoken to Treat, and in his wisdom, we need to understand all our bases before we contact any of them.
We
What
just went to
if
Good
temple.
to know you don't trust my wisdom.
What if
No, I believed you. I just wanted to have.
Uh-huh.
I was asking lots of things, Spring. You can choose to take this person if you want to. I just wish you wouldn't.
what if we won't establish all of our bases without talking to them?
Is she having a stroke?
What the fuck did you just say?
What just
Like,
happened?
guy is in your face when you say that.
I don't
I
understand.
don't-
the
I
word.
don't know.
know.
Who's having a
I'm
stroke?
sorry.
What do you mean?
She's
Is she
just
having a
talking.
stroke? Are you having a
Like,
stroke?
Is it like word salad? I don't understand. Why are
It's
you
not
in my
wor-
face?
She's talking. She's just talking. She's
Oh.
saying, "What if we don't? What if
Maybe we
should?"
should just calm down and start over.
What if we should? I'm sorry. I'm very direct. I got confused. Had no idea what was happening because usually makes a lot of sense. And guy, why are you in my face?
She just asked
There
if my
was
friend
no
was having
tone.
a stroke when she's trying to communicate something. Like, you cut her off to ask if she's having a stroke. What do you mean, why am I in your
She
face?
finished talking. She finished the sentence, and I was trying to figure out what it meant.
Oh no, guy is yelling over her too. So.
What do you? I'm sorry.
All right, fine. Just
You know what? I had a great day. You guys figured it out.
Can all of you quit shouting outside my door and come in?
yeah. Okay, I'll turn around and go in.
Persh is sitting back down on his stool as he had stood up on it to shout. Good. your payment.
Oh.
He throws each of you a pouch. You each are paid 300 gold pieces.
God.
There's more where that came from. Vale Thorn is to be kept out of the loop for now.
Okay.
You're not to have a conversation with him, because we don't trust the Collegium, as far as this goes. The Collegium would like it if we could acquire the next relic in connection with the first one. Which we kind of assumed they would say, but them saying that means we can't trust them. So now we need to wait for Tabernac to finish his own research, so we can find out exactly what they're for. And on that note, you have your next assignment from me, Persh, your loved concierge. There is a champion of Varian in town, as you've brought up. I'd like you to find this person, and see if you can get any information out of them, as far as these relics go. If you can find out what they are from them, or at least get some pieces of information from them about it, we can corroborate what we know from them from what Tabernac finds out in his own studies. I wish it was to be so easy as we could go to the Arcanium, but I'm afraid that's not an option right now, with time being what it is. So, do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Whatever this personal problem is between you, you are a Mariguard team. I've assigned you all to work together, and I need you to get your shit in a row and figure out what the fuck is going wrong with your group so that you can work together to solve this might actually be a serious crisis.
Okay.
I have a chaotic god trying to unlock some thing? I don't know what that means. And we have all sorts of scholars and also paladins wandering around, getting their faces mixed up in our business. And I don't like that. I don't like when things are not going smoothly.
Scholars are wandering around?
Oh yes, the Collegium are all out and about, searching about this. Beyond just Mr. Thorn. Mr. Thorn's the only one that paid for our intervention. The Collegium has many people coming out of Lebrookport, also sailing out into Kylus Bay, and apparently they're losing sailors on the daily.
Hey, Persh, we're on it.
Great. Go find this champion and report back when you know anything.
Do you know the champion's name for us to look for?
No, I just know they're likely wearing a big old broad-ass symbol of Varian the Pirate King.
I imagine they will find us.
Probably.
Maybe. They'll probably find us, if they're looking for us anyway.
Well, conveniently, you don't have the artifact on you, so if you get jumped, report it to the guard.
We will.
Off you go, then. Why are you still here?
Yeah.
Leave.
Good question.
As you all leave the Mariguard after being yelled at by Persh, what do you do?
Go find the champion.
Spring is gonna fall into step beside Aaron.
What can I do for you, Spring?
And
Yeah, I'm fine.
Arya's
He's
gonna look
gonna-
at Guy.
Gotta look back at her. With his eyebrows up. Like, what?
She's gonna like kind of indicate towards the hot cakes, not the hot cakes. but, you know.
Holly
Yeah, Charlie cake.
We ate.
Charlie
Oh,
cakes.
oh my God! Another one? No! I'll pass out in the gutter.
Okay.
Oh, but maybe the champion's name is Talus.
What?
How do you know that?
Well, we met a sea elf. He was actually pretty cool. He was kind of funny. And he mentioned Talus. We might talk to them to get some answers.
Where
Did the sea elf have
you
like a
see this
variant
person?
symbol on it?
I mean, he had a robe with like ocean shit on it.
It seems-
Sea elves come from the ocean.
No, sales come
And
from.
you know, he clocked us like the halfling you guys mentioned on the docks, and so
Oh, I forgot to mention. Treat said that any champion of any god really would have a coterie with them. So,
yeah,
of
I think
course,
he was
this
probably
champion
part
is
of
not
that.
alone.
So
What's a
you
coterie?
believe
Okay.
that?
How about we
So
go
the
to the
coterie-
same place you saw this person?
Yeah,
Great.
all right.
Good idea to me.
So you
Spring,
go
as
to
they're
the alley? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Spring,
Spring from
as
what?
they're walking, is
Is the
going
trolley
to.
cake vendor still there?
Hold on, Jesus
Ow.
Christ. Spring is what?
Spring, as they're walking, is going to hold out the cloak that she made to Aaron.
What's this?
I made it for you.
What does it do?
You can make it look like whatever you want, and it looks cool. You
Oh,
like to
she
look
got
cool,
you a gift. Isn't that sweet?
so
Who said that?
Okay.
My
appreciate
goodness,
it,
your
Spring.
blood pressure has just spiked through the roof. What is wrong?
Thank you, Spring. I actually
I'm
do
sorry.
appreciate it. And I apologize that I've argued with you.
I'm sorry I was mean to you. It wasn't fair
Fine.
to be. It wasn't fair to hold being a warlock against you. I don't know. You
You're
probably,
okay.
if you did that, it was for a reason. Can you just please let me apologize, please?
Not all warlocks are the same, after all.
Sorry, I'm trying to let you apologize. There's someone else talking. It's not you. So-
Oh, do you need to
Oh.
be quiet? Sorry.
I'm sorry. That. I don't know what that's like, but it sounds.
Delightful.
I don't usually get apologies, and I'm not good with most people, if you can't tell. So I'm
You don't
trying
have
to let you apologize, but thank you.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk to people, so I make stuff. Oh, there you go. It's a cool looking cloak. You can play with it. It doesn't really do anything, like, super special, but you like to look cool, and it does look very cool. I made one when I was a kid, and it's fun to play with.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so
Great, guys.
heartwarming.
So if we see this guy, don't just roll up on him, right? He's got a whole vibe going. He was brooding. I don't want to, rain on his parade because it's pretty good. It's a good vibe. You'll like him.
So
His
let
name's
him
Cool Hand.
call out to us.
Cold,
Cool hand.
cold hand.
Cool Hand. Oh yeah, Cold Hand.
Think of someone else.
Cool hand.
His name is Cold Hand.
His name's Cool Hand Blevins, I think. I think
Cold
that's what
Hand.
he said. How do you know? You weren't there.
That sounds like a very piratey name to me.
It does.
He didn't look like a pirate. He looked like a
sea elf
like
from
a
the sea.
wizard from the sea. Yeah, like a sea wizard.
Sea wizard. All right. I mean, Cold Hand is cool. It's descriptive. I like
I think a
that.
wizard would be very useful on a pirate ship.
Probably. They're
Mhm.
pretty useful
Yeah.
everywhere, right?
You get to the alley next to the trolley cake vendor and you do not see Cold Hand Blevins.
Oh man.
I'm definitely buying a trolley cake while we're here.
You all can buy trolley cakes if you'd like. They're 2 for a silver.
Has
Spring.
Turn continued to harass me for the rest of the walk?
No.
That I've ignored.
No, he doesn't. No, she doesn't.
I just want to make it known that Scythe uses her silver to buy 2 trolley cakes, and she does give Erin her second one
Aww.
He does-
without saying a damn thing.
Everyone is being so kind to you. Look at you endearing yourself to your new team.
I'm gonna add on to it.
It's adorable.
You know, some of them anyway.
Renata is actually going to bump against Aaron and look at him and say, when we get to whoever we're going to talk to, hopefully the champion, I apologize for not trusting you and your ability to speak.
Oh my goodness.
But I thought this could help. And she's gonna like lightly tap you and give you enhanced ability for your charisma.
I'm
Erin's
touched.
like, what the fuck is happening?
Arya's like gonna start frowning and like side eyeing Aaron.
You don't get
happening
this.
right now?
You don't get this temp HP. That's only for Constitution. I gave you advantage on your charisma checks. For an hour, I believe. Yes, up to an hour.
Thank you, Renata. Aaron has been turning progressively redder. And
Aww.
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he looks very angry too at the same time. Very, very angry.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Did I overstep?
It's
Spring
not
is
you.
fully not looking at him.
It's not you, Renata. Okay, I'm trying this whole talking thing. I really don't like it. I need to have a conversation with Guy when I don't want to blow a hole through his chest, and work.
Oh, I'd love to see you try.
I wasn't.
Oh, no threats. Don't do that. That's the wrong way.
Anyway, I'm gonna look around for
People
Maeve.
looking at us.
Or cold hand.
I want to
Some
look for that
sign of-
halfling. eating
Yeah,
my
there you go.
You can roll investigation, you guys, if you'd like, as you look for these people.
Okay.
16.
Dirty 20.
Shoo, shoo, shoo. Y'all
29.
rolled really good.
You all rolled really well. You all feel confident. They're not around here.
We stuck up, Cage.
While they were looking, Aaron actually slid back and kind of away from the party a little bit. I would have run away completely, but I don't want to split the party. But
Thanks for not running away.
he's still there, but there is a definitive distance at this point.
Oh, man.
He's pretending to look at stuff though. He's like glancing in windows or some shit.
Do we
Really trying hard to make it seem like he's doing something.
Did we what?
do we know if there's a temple of Varian anywhere in the city?
Absolutely
He's
not.
too obscure. Yeah, that's not a main god.
What is Aaron doing?
Processing?
Processing. Okay.
There's a lot of complex impulses going on. There's like don't know how to talk to friends, is incredibly hurt by Guy, but also wants to murder him because he's hurt because he doesn't know how to process those feelings. He said he wanted to have a conversation and try to talk it out, and then made his idle threat that is just him like kind of spouting out how he's feeling, and it was rebuffed, and is now really, really uncomfortable by the niceness as well. And there's a lot happening. So
Mixed
he's
messages for this poor
completely
boy.
lost in his own world and incredibly introspectively self-conscious, and also fighting the urge to say some terrible shit to turn. You know, there's just a lot happening. And he's got that like fiery kiss from the god that made him feel good, and then he came around everyone feeling good, and now feels
It's
like
all
shit
gone.
again. Yeah.
Big
So
feeling.
he's like, yeah, there's big feelings. So he's just like trying to pretend to look in windows because, you know, he wants to keep up appearances, but is, just off in his own fucking world.
And Guy's acting completely unbothered now, like very cheerful, just to be even more of a dick about it.
As you all are making your way southward towards the docks, looking for a
Anyone
champion,
looking for us?
or a cold
Oh, sure.
hand, or a halfling, or anybody else that looks
Calling
suspiciously
Maeve into the
looking for
crowd.
you.
No, just kidding.
Maeve!
I'm sorry about the bet. We're big dumb.
You eventually get to the point where you're at the docks and you're looking around. The Shipstool Tavern is right behind you. The pier is stretching out, and you see all the various ships. You see the Witch's Wake is still anchored at the farthest left pier. You don't see anybody.
Try the ship stool.
That's a good idea. That's where all the sailors go.
Okay. As you enter the Shipstool, which you've been before, we go ahead and move to that scene. It is pretty damn busy. As you all enter, you see a woman with blue skin and blue hair pulled into a braid that's tied with coral. And as she is leaning against the bar, she looks up at you as you enter, and she says, I heard someone brought a tide chain relic into port. Thought to myself, that kind of trouble smells like Mariguard. And she takes a slow sip of her wooden mug.
Oh, I bet this is Talus.
And here you are. Strange thing. The tide's been bringing people down more than usual. But none of them float back up. Not even their souls. And she raises her mug to you all as you are filing in. And now Mariguard's holding up old secrets like barnacle choke treasure. Makes you wonder what's hiding under the keel, doesn't it?
Aaron will put his best face on and go forward. Unless somebody else was doing something, I was waiting to see.
Go for it.
No, you got the buff. Go for it.
All right. You go forward and kind of put a fake-ass smile on and be like, well, it doesn't appear like we're the only ones holding the secrets. You seem to know a lot about things. I don't even know what a tide chain relic is. Care to educate an ignorant mercenary?
Sure you know.
I'll buy you a drink for it.
Sure you know.
How would I... What's the
Playing
note?
stupid just doesn't look good on you.
I promise you, I'm fairly stupid most days.
You're a
You
cute
think
one.
you can look this good and be intelligent at the same time? I only have so many tricks I can pull.
Well, I want answers. You ever try to speak with the dead at sea? I have. You get silence. Not peace, not anger, just nothing. That's what I want.
You want answers to why they're silent?
Varian says something's wrong. I believe him.
Has it always?
And these
What does
seals...
Varian want with it?
Hold on, let me get ahead of you. These seals are a part of it. So I'm finding them. Before they vanish too. And you have one.
Oh, now we're talking an awful lot of big things here. Maybe we should introduce ourselves first.
Maybe.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron? I'm Talus Rhymewick. The pleasure's mine.
No, the pleasure's mine as well.
Who are your friends?
They can speak.
Hi.
I'm Renata.
Bring.
Oh, and I'm Guy. This is Arya.
The pleasure's mine. I've heard you met old Cold Hands.
We did. Well, my friend did.
He's a good friend.
Why do they call him Cold Hands?
Take a guess.
Are his hands cold?
Like ice.
I was really hoping for something more entertaining than that. Do you have a nickname?
Talus.
I know, but like he's Cold Hands. You don't have anything like that?
Nothing in polite company.
Who said we're polite?
My kind of woman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, mister.
I was ahead of myself before I walked in the door.
You look like the type.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I know you got eyes on little Maeve. 3 thumbs.
Oh.
Oh, the one with
Maybe
the
the house.
jewelry? That's...
That's the one. She's got sticky fingers, unfortunately. Gets her in a bit of trouble, particularly around these parts. Those you haven't met, well, he's Dredger. You'll know him when you see him.
Believe that. I believe that I'm gonna know a man named Dredger when I see him.
You and Cold Hands both spoke of the dead.
Oh, aye. That's why when Varian said something's wrong, I'm inclined to believe him. And when a god bestows you with power, well, you're not one to turn your head and say no, are you? Well, ye might be, but not me. I take my blessings when they're offered.
Is speaking to the dead your blessing?
One of them.
Hmm.
Cold Hands calls it a curse.
Yeah, that seems like his vibe.
He likes that flavor.
Hmm.
Arya kind of blushes a little bit.
Do you all know what that seal of yours does?
Just gonna ask you, like you read my mind.
I don't know what they do. But I know what's happening without them. Good people going overboard and never make it to their gods. And that's not nature. That's
Are
not
you?
fate. Am I
I
what?
feel like you're almost going to say that we might have similar goals and there was a misunderstanding.
I don't know if
It
we have
seems
similar
like-
goals.
You want to right the wrong of the balance here.
I do.
Okay. Not trying to unleash something abyssal on the primaterial plane.
No.
Inside check.
Okay, roll an insight check.
15. Terrible roll.
She's hard to fucking read, unfortunately.
What our understanding is of the capability of this thing is that if they are disrupted, unfortunate things will occur.
How do you know?
Research?
What have you researched that we haven't?
Well, do you have an ancient dragon on your side?
I have an edgy wizard.
Sure do.
Well, ours is a wizard too, but he's just a lot bigger.
He's not very edgy.
And not very edgy at all.
No, he's a very sweet guy.
I don't
I wouldn't
know
go
if
that far.
considering
Not
wizard
very
sizes
sweet,
is
not very
going to
sweet.
help us.
One way or the other. The way I see this is, Varian sees the souls of the dead not getting out from the bottom of the sea. And these seals are the cause.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to find them. Find out what's going wrong. And let the dead out so they can have their final resting place.
To our understanding, removing the seals from their locations is the problem.
No, this been happening long before the seals were ever touched.
Can I ask
then
you one
why
other
are-
question, real quick?
We're here for a conversation, are we not?
What's in it for Varian?
None of his
No,
followers, all of which happen to be sailors, are coming to his afterlife.
If they die in the sea.
Isn't that not a funny thing?
It's a terrible thing.
Not really funny.
So, what I'm hearing though is that, like, could it actually be helpful to have another person on the problem?
I'm not trying to take that seal from you. I'm trying to tell you that that's where we're going next. And if we find you there trying to stop us, there'll be blows.
We don't.
I'm telling, but that's what I mean. Is that like, wouldn't it actually be more useful to work together?
If you're willing to work with us, absolutely. We'll take all the help we can get. There's monsters in the deep sea.
Mhm.
They
What I'm
lay,
hearing
the
is
Leaman's
we need
Trench
to
is monstrous. Creatures the size of vessels. And the sea's awake.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, the monsters are out and about more than they ever were before. It's treacherous below.
But it was so
There's
quiet
more to
yesterday.
understand here.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm getting is we should be sharing our knowledge to prevent anything worse from happening and to better what has already happened.
Will we be searching for the next seal? We don't know where it is. They're not easy to find.
Would you be willing to wait a few days?
If you'd be willing to share what information you might find.
I think it's worth a conversation to have. Arya?
Yes? Creepy girl.
We have employers.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reminding them, not you.
Yeah, so we would have to clear it with them, of course, before we shared information with you. It was a
Well,
little
the
bit
reason we're
above-
having this conversation is because we were told to get more information.
Yes, ma'am.
We were told to get information. Whether
Mhm.
Yep.
they will let us share it is.
Setting expectations is an important part of every negotiation.
Aaron will turn to the group and be like, maybe we shouldn't let them know that we're here to try to get information out of them for our employers in the middle of the discussion.
It's for a better good that we're both working toward.
You're gonna get a message under
Can I get a
Spring
red
is-
ale here?
The half-orc butter's like, sure, here you go.
Spring is going to message Renata under the table and say, what Arya means is don't fucking tell her that we need a few days because we're on it. We're here to get information, not share it. We don't trust them, remember?
The sea is bad.
They seem to want the same thing we do.
But they
You
used
should
to.
perhaps look another way, because I can read your lips.
Okay, I'm gonna
just
take
giggling.
over here. Talus, Talus, was it? It was Talus, yes. Okay.
Talus Rhymewick.
You're giving us partial truth, partial information. Maybe that's all you.
What have I held from you?
You haven't said what. You said what Varian wants to accomplish, but you haven't said how the seals do it. You haven't said why.
I don't know.
She doesn't know. She said she didn't know.
She might not be telling the truth. Renata, can you go have a beer?
Renata's like, I'm a
Have a
cleric
beer.
of Varian now. Let's fucking go.
I believe her.
As I say, like, as
God,
I say
he's
that,
after God is like, I don't trust him.
as I say that to Renata, I look at Scythe and just give her like to Renata, like, please.
Wasn't it your god that said there might be consequence above the table?
Yeah. Above
Above the table,
Was
he
that not
said,
your
I
thought?
respect his goals, but their consequences I can't... Like, he doesn't know what Varian wants either. Like,
Okay.
Girl, these
this
gods
girl is
are
like,
not
I
omniscient.
trust this person more than my god.
She has a cold voice.
Erin is just blinking, like
She has
just
a
blinking in the basking in just how awful this is
Sylvie,
going.
get out of
Looking
here.
at Talus, just blinking, like smiling, like.
Yeah, I think
She just takes another long drink from her mouth.
I think he and Spring maybe make eye contact and they have
Are
the
on the same page.
on their face.
Look at me bringing people together. Renata will just
It
sit back and be
sounds
quiet.
to me like there may be more to these than we understand, and we need more information. As do you.
This we agree.
Can we also agree that coming to blows is probably not the best way to handle this at this moment?
It's a very nice pub that we don't.
I have no intention of fighting any of you, especially here on the land. Not a chance. Not unless there's no other choice.
Cheers.
And what if we're going? What if our employers want us to get the seals as well? Then are you fighting us?
Arya's gonna whisper to Guy because she has the upper hand on the sea.
If you don't want to work with us, go after the seal yourselves. Fair winds. But if you think keeping it quiet keeps it safe, you haven't seen what happens when the sea gets hungry.
I don't really want to see that.
Disturbing that seal already stirred up the undercurrents. Things are coming. and I don't know what they may be. But I can
Would it
promise...
Would it be... No, what can you promise?
That if Varian gets the seals, he knows the ways to undo them safely and to free those who are lost. I don't know how many there are. I don't know where they all may be. But we're gonna keep searching, one way or the other, with or without your help.
Out of curiosity, if he were to free all those souls, would it have any other positive effect for Varian? Maybe increase his strength? Power?
Every lost soul will go to their afterlife. That goes to all the others who are lost at sea as well. For Nier, for Lysandra, for Breza, for Lilas, for all the other holies. It's not just Varian.
All the
So
gods
he's
need-
concerned for them as well.
all the gods.
I didn't say that.
You asked about other beneficial. Well,
Yeah,
like,
this has other benefits, but
yeah.
you didn't really answer me.
You have a good eye.
Doesn't seem like we're sharing information. It seems like you're basking in the upper hand in this conversation.
We could be.
Sowing seeds of doubt towards our employers and our goals, trying to push us to work alongside you.
Is the Mariguard hiring you to collect these seals?
Not currently.
Maybe when you answer my last question, I'll consider answering yours.
I don't need the answer.
That's fine.
I
What-
don't feel very much doubt.
I'm not trying to sow doubt. But there are things I don't know, and you are asking difficult questions.
True.
Have you asked these questions?
Of course,
And what were the answers?
Varian wants his followers to be free to enjoy the afterlife they were promised. And as one of his followers, I see that as a direct importance to myself. Perhaps you might
doesn't
understand
strike
if
me
you
as
had
that
another
cares.
binding. Why not? If I am to die in his service, would I not want to rest where he promises?
Yeah, I'm just saying Varian seems pretty concerned with himself most of the time, and it's just hard to accept this magnanimous goal of his.
I never said he was doing this for anyone but himself. But others will benefit by nature.
Which leads me back to the original question. How does he benefit?
We can go in this circle all night, Erin.
I
know.
I do feel like she answered this. If we don't accept the answer,
Either way, it does sound like
He
But we
has
do know-
given me a divine mission. And that
We
is
do know.
important.
And we'll likely have the mission to take care of any trouble brewing in our front yard, which would include the sea, for good or for ill. So I think probably our interests will be aligned and there will be no reason for conflict.
That is what I expect as well. And should I find you all at the sea, I expect our efforts to slay the massive sea monsters that are trying to kill us might, be aligned.
Generally pretty anti getting eaten by sea monsters.
If that is not the case, then I guess it will
Just out
go
of-
how it goes.
I have curiosity. If Varian is... If this is something that will benefit all of the gods, there are other sea gods, right? You said?
Mhm.
There are
She
other
listed
sea
them.
gods.
Indeed.
Plenty.
So, are they gonna, are they going to all work on it together? Wouldn't that be useful?
They have rules. Rules that Varian does not care for. And he is willing to
Rules-
take the blows in order to free his followers that other gods are not willing to do.
That sounds brave.
That is one thing you can be sure Varian is.
Interesting.
Well, thank you, Lady Rhymewick.
This has been a very interesting conversation. I hope perhaps we have more in the future, huh? And she finishes the drink and sets it down with a thump. Until we meet again. And she steps away from the bar and walks out.
Tell Cold Hand we said hi.
From out the door, you hear, doubtful.
Spring gets up. Spring gets up and is like already beelining back to go to Persh.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Anything we have to discuss shouldn't be discussed in public. Let's go.
Still gonna finish this beer I bought.
Aaron takes a seat next to Scythe. He's like, go ahead.
It does not take her long to finish the beer.
Yeah, chug it down, girl.
Okay. You drink the beer. It is delicious.
It is.
It is smooth. It is a little hoppy, but it goes down easy.
Does not go that great with Charlie cake, but it tastes pretty good.
No, that's not. Those are not flavors that I'd want to combine. Okay. All right. So you guys are beelining it back to the Mariguard?
If Spring has anything to say about it, if other people...
Yeah, I'd go too.
Yeah, it's awful hard to read Penn's face right now, but everybody else were... Okay. Yeah, there's no random encounters here. You make haste back to the Mariguard. Your conversation with my NPC, who I cannot remember the name of, Talus, is very... It didn't take a whole lot of time, and you guys make it back to the Mariguard pretty quickly, considering how soon it was that you left. As you come blasting back in, Persh looks up, and Spring is the first one to make it, for sure. Well, that was quick. Did you all get working together so quickly so soon?
Yep.
That's great news. So, I'm assuming you're back here because you have information. Or are you just testing my patience?
Well, I figured someone more eloquent than me could convey the information.
We have some more.
I said eloquent.
Maybe a little. Okay. So we met.
Arya frowns.
Yeah,
stares at Renata.
That was Penn, not Renata. Renata would not have said that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That would be character gross.
So we met the champion. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
We did find out some more.
Okay.
We know that the dead are quiet at sea. The souls aren't there. Talus confirmed this. It has to do with the seals that we brought that Tabernac is interested in, that he is finding. They say, they believe that the seals are causing it, not the removal of the seals. But that
she implied that something was going on before the seals were fucked with.
Okay.
Right.
We don't know what that is, and she doesn't either. She just knows that she needs to find them.
And did she try to take yours?
No. But she said if we tried to stop her from doing what she was instructed to do by Varian, then it would come to blows. But it seems like our goals are somewhat aligned here. Varian isn't trying to unleash something. He's trying to fix the problem so that the souls that have been restricted from their afterlife that are meant for his domain and subsequently other domains can find their afterlife.
Okay.
I think
That's what
it's
that's what
possible.
the champ.
I think it is possible that the silence of the dead may be some kind of accidental or collateral
The
consequence
symptom.
of the seals and whatever they're holding in.
Well, the souls are clearly getting sucked up somewhere and kept from going to their eternal rest.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
I would like to point out that the reason that Dane Voss was heading there when he was under his whatever the madness was, when he wanted to go to those lights, the last thing he put in his journal was, "By tomorrow we will be immortal," which to me implies that maybe there's some awful thing under the sea, whatever, but also maybe there's some weird plane of immortality that means souls can't get to any of their gods. Because there are two ways for souls to get trapped. I mean, I imagine there's probably more, but like two ways that I can think of are souls of the dead are being trapped and bound and it's awful, or souls of the dead are becoming immortal.
But then wouldn't we see their
you know,
bodies?
then they'd be talking, or where are they?
Maybe, but under the sand where these lights are. I mean, this thing is ancient, right? It maybe precedes the gods, at least our current ones.
Immortality may not be the blessing the word implies.
Yeah, also, that
Certainly.
guy was bug shit crazy, so I'm not sure he was the most reliable narrator.
He could have meant,
I'm not.
I will be known in history as a sort of.
Maybe, but I'm saying if the point is that the difficulty is these people are not going to the gods that exist now, and these are things that existed, pre-silence even, then maybe what we would be fucking with is something beyond history that we're about, and that seems like it's worth thinking about before we go hitching our star to Varian. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she
Instead
basically
of
said
running-
they weren't going to try to take our seal, so not that they probably could against the Mariguard, but that they were looking for the other ones. They just don't know where to go, and hope
they
that
don't
if
know
they
what
meet
they're
us
doing
out
with
there, we'll help them fight the terrible abyssal sea monsters, which sounds horrible.
They
to be
were
honest.
also interested in knowing we had been here to find the other one, by the way.
Hmm.
Can I add one thing real quick? Renata, what's Varian the god of?
Greed, freedom, chaos.
Freedom,
And the
greed,
seas.
chaos. And
And
the
the
seas. And the seas. Okay. The one question that I kept trying to hammer home, and that I know that some people thought she answers and that she didn't, is the simplest question. Why? Why would a god demand, why does he need the release of his fellow, the god of greed? It doesn't, does this not register with anybody else that there is a chance that this benefits him in some way, insane way, to make
I
him
will say
stronger?
above the table, I do know that gods need their souls, right? The souls of their followers that go dwell with them. It's like
above the table, I know that too, and that's kind of partially where it's coming from.
Okay.
It's like, how much stronger could the man could he get?
Yeah, if this is a guy that like literally built a stairway for himself to heaven.
Yeah, who knows? He might be
I
trapped
But if
wonder-
there wasn't anything hindering the ascension
the-
of these souls to their domain, like that's
But
business
the-
as usual.
I'll say, could these seals be a way to cap Varian's power because they could challenge the other gods?
Well, based on what you've been saying and what we've already known, the seals are older than Varian's godhood even is, because he ascended within the last century.
Yes.
Oh man.
True.
New money.
Yeah.
But there was a lot
Yes.
that was left unsaid.
Perhaps.
In my
This is what-
opinion, deliberate attempts to sow doubt into our course of action.
This is what I mean. To me, it seems like this is a very, and I think that Tabernac's course of action is right. I think learning more about what the fuck this is, because they kept saying that they didn't know what the seals do, but they know that Varian wants them. And that, to me, that lack of curiosity is a big red flag. or maybe a small crossbones.
Zealotry's usually dangerous.
Now that we know the champion is doing what they're doing, and they don't have the means that we do, I think this might be cause for us to use a passphrase. So, as you guys were the handlers of the seal, I'm going to ask that you use the passphrase from Mariguard's teleportation circle, get to the Arcanium in Argus City, and see what you can find out. If you're willing to do a research trip.
It's fine with me.
Excellent.
Of course.
I'll make arrangements. I'm sure you do. I will make arrangements, and then in the next half an hour, I'll have you sent off to Argus City. In the meantime, go ahead and get yourself something to eat, because it'll be a busy afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And as Perse says that, that is what we're going to call tonight's session.
Hey.
Got so much done, y'all.
So much.
This was a lot of session. Yeah, we did a lot of RP.
Oh, look at that baby.
Trying to eat my microphone.
Yep.
All right. A lot did indeed happen this session. Thank you guys for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. As we get to the end, we must first give our players an opportunity to vote for each other for a point of inspiration. And so, we're going to start at the top of the order. Emily, who did something that you liked?
Everybody, obviously.
Well,
usual.
pick one.
But I'm gonna give it to Arya. For speaking up a lot, and even like giving the beginning of our final report to Persh, which I loved, and also just for being such a defensive. It's so clear that she's reactive to a lot of things, and I really loved the scene that we had on the boat, and getting to know her a little better, and her being like, I'm not good at talking, and she's like, yeah, I love that. That was really good. It was a very good Arya session, I thought.
Okay. Next, Hellfrog.
I am also going to vote for Arya because I also like that she is maintaining this amount of awkwardness and difficulty in communicating, but is still gotta get in anyway as a player, and she's doing
Oh,
that.
yes. No, I'm sorry. Meg.
Oh my god. I have so many quotes written down. That every time somebody said something, I was like, oh my god, that's such a good quote. And so I think I want to give it to Scythe. Because I think that the funny, I thought Renata was so funny and so clever in the way she's presenting herself, but having that foil and the kind of person that Scythe has her own personality, but so many people just see what they want when they bounce off of Scythe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's such a interesting thing that Sao does. That she does have her own personality, but so many people just get to see what they want as well when they're interacting with her.
All right.
And I love that. Do you really care about him, or do you care about not being able to help him? I told you I wrote down quotes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Pen.
Renata didn't even know that that's what she was doing. I want to give it to Aaron because of the roller coaster of emotions this poor guy went through. He was he hit some real high highs and some really low lows. This poor fucker. Also, I want to give props to withstanding a whole conversation with Albie, because I could not have done it either. I would have been I have no idea what you're trying to say, dude.
Excellent.
What the fuck?
Rise.
Okay, so I'm super torn. Really torn. I'm actually really torn between Guy, because it's rare that a character can elicit the hatred of a player so strongly. I actually got mad. I actually got mad like 4
He
times.
wants to fight
I
Guy.
was like, I will punch that motherfucker square in the mouth. I swear to God.
But he's so
Like,
likable.
No,
He's just a
there's
guy.
nothing likable about Guy. There's nothing at all.
Not.
He
For
was
real, he's
likable,
very
and then all of a sudden, like halfway through, he's just like, guess what? Dick bag now. Let's go.
Aaron was being pretty mean to Arya. I will say.
Yeah,
I don't
Aaron
wanna
asked
guys-
Arya if she
Hold
was
on.
having a stroke.
I
and
don't
that's
care
when
if
it
it's in the
turned.
middle of this. Right after that, that fucking Talus is like, oh, the scary girl in the back, and Guy does nothing. The
She is
hypocrite,
creepy.
that
That's
giant-
factual. That's
that
just fact.
giant, and then was like, you spoke over her. You introduced her. You didn't even let her introduce herself. Hypocrite.
He knows that
That's
she
why I
didn't
don't
wanna
like
do
about
that.
Guy.
That's fine. You don't
But that's
That was
like,
Guy's, Aaron's thought process.
So
I guess.
I'm sorry. Is your vote for
That's where it was.
Hellfrog for that? I can't.
No,
tell.
so I want it to be, and I think it has to be just because my whole plan the whole time through was Scythe, because like just the duality of just like
She's so good.
the one that's supposed to be super wise, Renata, that's like figuring shit out, was schooled by
She's
Scythe
great.
in such a way. But I think I have to give it to fucking Hellfrog for just eliciting such a fucking reaction. It was so
I'm-
good.
I love to start fights, so thank you.
Yeah, I had no. Listen, I
What are you
have
gonna do,
fucking
stab
notes
me?
of your bullshit?
Oh no,
Your
I didn't want to
bullshit.
make you mad though.
I had points of notes of like I'm gonna fucking point out
He was
the hypocrisy.
really in
I ripped
character.
my note sheet in half out of.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god. I am sorry, but
I'm
not
giving
sorry.
No. It's perfect. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what I like about
Hirsch
this.
is so right. Hirsch is so right about like the team has to get its shit together.
But yeah, no. So
Arguing
I'm
in the
going
main
Frog on
hall.
this one, 100%. I'm gonna do it on this one.
Last but not least, Sal.
I'm gonna join others in being torn. There was a lot of really good shit tonight. There was a lot of RP. I could probably come up with a justification for literally any of the players. But the time that I actually busted up laughing was when Girl said that Cold Hands was gonna cut himself on that edge.
I did write that down. I actually have that written down. Don't cut yourself on that edge. Is right here on my vote.
I was up until that moment. I was gonna give it to Aaron for the incredibly
Aaron went through
fearsome
so much.
sentient thing.
Yeah, enough.
Because
Great.
that was very good, and just very sweet in a way I didn't expect. But then I busted my ass laughing at Guy, so I have to.
Okay.
Here.
Then the
Yeah,
votes
this is
have
great.
it. Meg and Hellfrog, you both have earned a player's vote for inspiration this round.
Meg Frog.
Big frog.
Well done, you guys. And now, to those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Penn, hi Emily, hi class, hi everybody else. We love
Hi,
you
guys.
all, and I wish you a good night.